I will not wear that dress. So, that Igloo, huh?
Hey! Good morning, everybody. My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarisse.
And this is the Nerdy Wordy Book Club. I was going to say what episode. I have no idea what the episode is.
Good question. I also have no idea.
I think this is 24.
24. Have we done... Yeah.
Something, probably. I think it's 24.
Probably around there, yeah.
Good morning. What's up? What's up, live chatters?
Hi, chat.
We got some people here. Oh my god, there's too many people here. We have to cancel the show. There's too many people watching.
Too many people. Too many people. But the mods.
Yes.
Y'all are the best.
Huge shout out to our mods. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all are the very best. Like no one ever was. To mod them is your real test. To train them not to say spoilers is your cause.
Well done. We believe in you.
Yeah. Before we get started today, it is important to mention that this podcast show is sponsored by Audible. Audible is a service through which you pay money and they give you data points that, when put into speakers, become words that were once books.
Okay. All right. Audible, where there are words to be listened to. Nexius, welcome to the Nerd Table.
Nexius, thank you for joining the Nerd Table. I like that. I like there are words to be listened to. That's a good little slogan, Audible.
You're welcome.
Pay us more. No, I'm kidding. You're doing great.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you want a free book, a free month of Audible and a free book on us, go to audibletrial.com/nerdynightly. And yes, are our ads for Audible the best? No. Other people do this better than we do. But should you go anyway? Yes.
Ours are memorable.
You know what? We don't do ads as good as other people, but nobody does audiobooks like Audible.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Nice. Just tying it up, wrapping it in a bow. Mm-hmm.
So Clarisse, we have now read up to chapter 33.
Yep.
In The Fires of Heaven.
The Fires of Heaven.
The Fires of Heaven.
Uh-huh.
You know, the fires of heaven. I don't know why I'm Irish all of a sudden. My question to you is, what do you think of the book so far?
It's definitely picking up. Definitely better. I think last week's section we talked about a little slow. We were kind of like, eh.
Gently Bell, thank you for being a 6-month member. Holy crap.
Months? Nard.
I didn't even know we had people doing this for 6 months.
No,
that's crazy.
Fireworks on the
Bob C, thank you so much for that super chat as well. We're looking forward to today's discussion too.
Good morning, friends.
Particularly chapter 31.
Yep.
Don't know what happens in that chapter, but we'll get to it later.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that this week's reading was definitely better than last week's in terms of my enjoyment of it.
Okay, yeah.
There were some things that we talked about last week that were not fun to talk about, right?
Yeah.
And we got through them.
Yeah.
And now we got into a section that is like less problematic.
Yeah, although, it still, talks about the problematic things in a way that's, good job, self. And I was like, God, okay.
Yeah, Egwene, man.
Yeah.
I just don't like her.
No.
But I have a feeling this is one of those things where I think the show will actually do a better job than the books does.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they will have that moment in the show.
Yeah.
And so I think that there's going to be... I think that show Egwene will not have this same kind of, rock bottom moment in terms of my appreciation of the character.
Yeah. I agree. I think that the show is going to do a better job of this. Because Egwene is I beat up my best friend and threatened her, and now she's spiraling. So good job, me. I crushed it. I'm like, no. No, Egwene. No, that's not... No. You're a terrible friend. Carla, thank you for that super chat.
It was a quincy, not an igloo. That is actually true.
I don't know.
The reason why I put igloo in the title is I don't think that a lot of people know what a quincy is.
I don't. I've never heard that word before.
So an igloo is specifically an igloo. Welcome to Igloo Talk here at the Nerdy Nightly. An igloo is specifically when you take blocks and you build like bricks of ice and you build a structure with them.
Okay.
A quincy is when you pack snow really dense and then you dig out the middle of it and then you sleep in that. And so what happens is when you pack the snow so dense and then you dig out the middle of it, it actually naturally insulates itself. And so your body heat keeps the inside of it warm.
Yes. I thought the same thing happened with an igloo.
Yeah, it's just it's how you build it that's different.
Gotcha.
Igloos are ice and quincies are snow, basically. And quincy camping, dangerous.
Wait, aren't ice and snow very, very similar?
No.
Okay, Aldan, thank you for that super duper chat. Thank you.
$8? Is that Australian?
$8.
They're $8. Finally, again, caught one of these live because just got home from my little girl's Tuck Everlasting play. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh my god, that book ruined me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks much.
Appreciate it.
We are going to carry on. We're going to keep doing this because we like the Wheel of Time a little bit.
We do.
I did a whole bonus Wheel of Time stream yesterday.
Yeah.
Did a little tier list ranking.
If you guys missed it, Nerdy did the ranking list that I did through 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
3 weeks ago? I don't even remember. It was a good time. You should definitely go check out that stream because it lives on this channel. And you should also smash the like button. Yeah. Yeah, no one's ever said that before, but you should definitely do it.
You just came up with a new thing.
Yeah.
I think that will be the new YouTube meta is smash that like button.
I don't know if it'll catch on, but...
I've never heard it before. Chapter 22, Bird Calls by Night. That's what it's called.
Is that what the chapter's called? Yeah. I never pay attention to chapter names, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I do.
I just read.
Because sometimes they're funny, and sometimes they're boring. And I like the funny ones. Bird Calls by Night is interesting, though, because there are bird calls in the night when there's an attack.
Yes.
And Rand, I wish that we could have the scene, and I hope they do this in the show. I want the scene where Rand teaches the Aiel about birds they've never heard of before.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, because you know what? So there's thousands and thousands and thousands of Aiel in this camp, right?
Yeah.
They've said it looks like a nation on the move.
Yeah.
And so the Aiel had to be sat down by Rand for him to make noises at them and be like, this means north. And then he's like, and the Aiel are like, okay, can you do that for us one more time? So what was that?
So what was that again?
So if it's north, it's and there's just thousands of Aiel sitting there being like, okay, north, cool. And then what's south? And he's like, that's south. And I just think it's like
there was just like a big group meeting. You know what I mean? Yeah, I honestly didn't even think about that.
Oh, I had to put the book down. I was reading the chapter and he said like books from Rand's, and I literally my first thought was like, how did he teach them that? And why didn't we get that scene? Because they would all have to hear it from him. Yeah. Right? So Rand must have spent a day going around group to group.
Or here's the thing. What if it doesn't sound anything like any of those birds? Because Rand is like bad at bird noises. And so now the Aiel think that that's what those birds sound like.
That is so much funnier if Rand is really bad at bird calls and Matt is just in his tent being like, that's not what it sounds like.
Yeah, he's like, this is
why is
so
my
wrong.
friend so stupid? Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna go with that as my headcanon for this one.
Alex Furmark, there are like no vowels, so I did my best. Says, pay attention to the icons for each chapter. They're important. I don't know. I kind of think that sometimes they're a little spoilery.
They're a little spoilery, or they just are like, it's this person's chapter.
Yeah, but like this one is like the Trolloc, and I'm like, oh, it's a Trolloc attack chapter before the Trolloc's attack. And I kind of wish some of the chapter icons didn't weren't as indicative of what was about to happen as they sometimes are.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So the Trollocs do attack. We catch up with Matt getting a little massage. Seems slightly post-coital, maybe.
Oh God, yeah. Matt is getting laid all day.
He's not the only one.
Yeah, we really don't need to add a smut corner this time around.
And Melhindra is like, why are you always like in Rand's shadow? And Matt's like, because he's the Dragon Reborn. What is this conversation?
Yeah. Am I supposed to like try to like one up him or what? Like,
you want me out of the shadow of the like son of God? It would be like someone going up to, I guess this is what happened to Judas, right? But it'd be like someone going up to Peter and be like, why are you always in Jesus' shadow? And Peter's like, because he's Jesus.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? The hell am I supposed to do about it? I also like that she's like, you're short.
We love our short kings, okay? We stan our short kings.
But he's not even short. It's just the Aiel are super tall. And I did like that it kind of brought back around. She's like, you are as tall as a man needs to be. And I was like, they're going to go get busy.
Yeah. Seasting is saying it's precoital. Maybe this is precoital. Maybe it's precoital. Maybe it's postcoital. Maybe it is post and pre, in that it is postcoital and it's like getting ready for round 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Letting Matt recharge before second breakfast. Wow.
Oh my god.
So yeah, we hear the bird calls that Rand had to teach to all the Aiel in a scene that I want desperately on the show. And Matt grabs his trusty staff and he goes and just Rambos everybody.
Yeah. Are we surprised? Not really. Matt is like, easy. GG's easy.
We do have these Trollocs and these Fades screaming of Samael and the Golden Bees.
Yeah.
Who do you think the Golden Bees are? And why are they Samael's childhood hockey team?
That's not what I was thinking.
It just we're the Golden Bees. It sounds like they're gonna go fight the Mighty Ducks. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. That's fair. The Golden Bees. I don't know. Maybe because Samael is the blonde one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he just has 23 blonde children, and they're called the Golden Bees. And he's the queen bee. So
all of Samael's people have to have blonde hair?
No,
so
he's children.
Well, but he won't have kids, right? They would have died 3,000 years ago. I think that if you become part of his company, you have to dye your hair blonde.
Right.
But do you know how we dyed hair blonde before we had modern hair dye?
Pee.
Yep.
Samael pees on all of their heads. That is the Golden Bees, yes. Yeah, the Golden Bees are Samael's dark friends, and he pees on their hair so that it bleaches. That is correct.
Why does anyone watch our show? Why do any of you put yourselves through this?
Samael's really into Beyonce. That makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
Melindra is impressed after Matt takes out a Fade. Another Fade. Matt is just straight up Fade killer.
Yeah, it's one of those things where he looks at it, he's like, I have to do this quick. Mm-hmm. Because the longer that it goes,
he said the same thing to Melindra too.
Wow. Yeah, so that happens. And then it switches over to Rand. We get Matt for 5 seconds.
Oh, Golden Bees is Ilian.
How do we know that?
Because the 9 Golden Bees are the armor of Ilian, the army that Tam was in.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
No idea.
Very cool. So we switch over to Rand's point of view. And Rand is like, why are they attacking over there? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the attack, we still don't know why they attacked. It still makes no sense. Because there wasn't very many of them.
Yeah, they lost pretty hard.
They didn't achieve anything.
Granted, they might have won a little bit if Matt wasn't there being just god tier with that staff. You know what I mean?
True. Matt saved the day.
But it was just all the same plot as what they did at Cold Rock's Hold, where they attack and then Drek'Kar try and kill Rand.
Yeah. They're like, you know what? It didn't work the first time, so we're going to try it again.
They have one strategy.
Which makes me think it's a different Forsaken. They each have their own, strategy. They've all done this so many times that they've borrowed other people's strategies, but they don't know what other people have done yet. So they're like, I bet no one's tried play number 76. You know what I mean?
But that implies I want the scene where the Forsaken get together, like the prologue, where they sit down and they're like, yeah, so I sent a bunch of Trollocs and then snuck some Drek'Kar onto Randsen. It didn't work. And Melhindra's like, I tried that. And then Raven's like, no way.
No way.
I did that too.
Thing.
And Lanfear's just sitting in the corner like, I am surrounded by by idiots. Like, I'm surrounded by the dumbest people in 3,000 years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm like, it must have just been a different Forsaken, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure we will come back to this. I'm sure we'll figure out why this happened. But I thought we'd kind of find out in the section, and I guess we're going for the long game here.
Yeah, everything ends up fine. Aviendha is a little bit in danger momentarily. Yeah. So Rand, like, kills the Drakkar, and he's like, got you. And she throws fire at him, and he's like, what the hell did I do? And then he turns around, and she killed the Drakkar, and she's like, I saved you, dumb. And he's like, He's like,
I am a fool. Rand is, like, pretty good, at least, at, like, apologizing to Aviendha. You know, like, he's like, no, this is my bad.
Is that what we're calling what happened in chapter 31, apologizing? So, no, this moment reminded me, we were driving the other day in Toronto, and we were going down a road, and I thought we were on a one-way, and this car, like, pulled around an ambulance, and I honked at him, because I was like, whoa. And so he rolled down his window, he's like, what? And I was like, it's a one-way. And he's like, I live here, it's not. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I messed up. He was like, it's okay. It's just weird that you honked at me. I was like, I'm sorry.
That was very funny.
That's how Rand feels in this moment.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it. I done fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
So Rand goes and checks on Asmodian.
Yep.
And Asmodian was like, how'd it go?
How you doing?
I've been here.
Still alive?
I've been chilling.
Me too. Oh my god. What did I write down?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Asmodian?
I don't know. I didn't take your notes.
Yeah, I don't.
What did you write? I think ASM is assistant stage manager.
Usually, yes. It says Rand plus ASM talk who set traps to die.
All right, let's break this down.
Guys, my notes.
Who set traps to die? Was this the day that you got high?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure ASM is Asmodian.
Rand and ASM talk who set traps to die.
Yeah, because they set, like, wards, didn't they? But I don't remember what you know what? My note, I'm really bad at taking notes. Like, really bad. Like, no one would understand a goddamn thing. My one note, what was it? Chapter 33, Nynaeve sucks. That is my note.
Well done. Well done.
Asmodian plus Rand. ASMR.
Yeah, a lot of people in chat are bringing up the thing I was about to bring up, which is that, so Rand and Asmodian are having this conversation, and Rand has these, like, moments where he's like, this person isn't very good at this. Mm-hmm. And it happens again later when he's talking about, I think, someone in the weather, where he's like, this person isn't good at this. Asmodian didn't tell me that.
Simmerhaj is
Simmerhaj, yeah.
Simmerhaj. Literally, that name is the worst one so far. Yeah, is, like, not good at the weather.
Yeah, and so Rand is having these moments where he is remembering things that Lews Therin knew.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, right? Because as we're watching this character and trying to track whether or not he's going crazy or not, these moments feel like they're not him going crazy, but they could be, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is just a matter of opinion. It is entirely possible that he is losing it, and he thinks he's remembering things that aren't real.
But it could just be the madness.
Because Rand is the exact, the idea of an unreliable narrator, even to himself.
Oh, yeah,
right?
1,000%.
And so what's really interesting about this is whether or not any of this is true, or whether or not it's just Rand thinks so because he's kind of losing it.
Yeah. It definitely seems like he's not losing it at the moment. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Claude Complex says he's losing it.
Wow.
Y'all, I'm gonna be real honest. When everyone tries to correct my pronunciation, but everyone is giving different pronunciations, what can you expect from me?
Yeah. It's Semi. We're going to go with Semi, because whatever name that is, I'm sorry, but I hate it.
I'm going to call him Hugo.
Oh my god. I really hope that this, like, I really hope that this battle, like, that when Rand takes down Semi, it's with, like, a blizzard.
Like, from Dairy Queen?
No. The weather. The weather. Or, like, a tornado.
The look
like,
of disappointment in your eyes at that joke was immaculate.
He's like, Semi, not good at the weather, so, tornado. Got him.
Yeah. With the plot of Twister.
Yes.
He's going to hire Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. Who wouldn't,
So, at the end of this chapter, Rand goes back to his tent, and the maidens show up, and they look very, upset with themselves.
Yes.
And they're like, we messed up. We need to punish us. And Rand's like, I don't.
He's like, what? Why?
Go talk to the wise ones. I don't know.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. I'm not dealing with you. Get out of here.
No, I have superpowers. I'm fine. They're like, we needed to protect you. And he's like, guys, I can conjure fire that reverses time with destruction.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah. And... Yeah, so he's like, go to the wise ones, and they're like, oh, damn it. Mm-hmm. They're like, we have regrets. They're hoping to, like, uphold honor, but, like, have Rand do it so it wouldn't be so severe. Because he doesn't know what he's doing. And they're like, oh, no, damn it, now I have to go to the wise ones, and now we're actually going to get punished.
I'm surprised Robert Jordan didn't include another spanking scene, though. You know what I mean? Like, he's showing restraint in book 5.
Yes, very much restraint. This book is... so G-rated.
Chapter 23, the 5th, I give you. This is
Plead the 5th.
We go over to F-tier character Egwene. And
F-tier character. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be calling her from now on.
F-tier character Egwene. After they have gotten through the Jengai Pass, nothing else of consequence happens. They get into Cairhien, and they start to see water and like trees and stuff, and the Aiel are losing it a little bit. They're like, what? What the what? That new TikTok sound that everyone is using.
Well, I had forgotten that most of them hadn't seen it before, because I just figured like all the Aiel came looking for the guy who comes with the dawn.
No, it's like 100 of them.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh, right. There's actually a lot of Aiel, and I am a dum-dum.
Well, and there was a part of my brain that was like, oh, like, Aiel all must, like, make a pilgrimage at some point in their life. But no, like, and other than coming for He Who Comes with the Dawn, Aiel haven't crossed the spine of the world for 20 years, right? Like, in Rand's lifetime, no one has really crossed the spine of the world. It almost never happens.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of, it would be crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like...
to see, like, rivers for the first time.
Yeah, especially when so much of your life is fighting for water.
Yeah. And
then you go somewhere where it's just so abundant.
It's just everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, that would be so weird.
Yeah. And so Egwene is following around everybody in the camp. She's for the audience. She's checking in on everybody so that we know what's up.
Thank you, Egwene, for doing something useful.
But Egwene and sorry, what I can't read my own notes. So Egwene goes over to Rand. Rand's talking with the clan chiefs, and Rand's being a little hard. Rand's being a little difficult with them.
Yes.
Because he's like, look, if you steal, you die. And he's like, that's it. You don't steal food. We buy food. Yeah. And if you steal, you die.
Yeah. If you can take the 5th, but it cannot include food.
Yeah.
Which is like, he's definitely gonna have to kill some people.
Well, it says that he is, right? It says that he's like in like two or three chapters from now, he is hanging people left, right, and center, and he's watching every single one.
What?
What do you mean?
What?
They say that in the chapter. We read that.
Which chapter?
I can't remember. One of the later ones. Rand is hanging people, and he watches every single time.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah, it's in the. I don't know. It's in the book.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, in 33. Yeah, right in the last chapter. Did you read 33?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was really worried that you were gonna be like.
No, 33 was the circus chapter.
Elaine says it to Nin. I knew someone said it to somebody.
Yeah, I remember the comments about how, like, Rand used to be, like, so sweet and gentle, but I thought, for some reason, I had read that it was, like, the threat of hanging and not actual hanging. Okay, cool. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. The other thing that happens in this chapter is Aviendha is like, Gwen, you've got to help me. I'm too horny. I can't sleep next to Rand anymore. Or else I'm going to break my promise to Elaine. You've got to help me.
Yeah.
If you don't get me out of that room, I will turn that boy out.
And Egwene is like, wait, I'm sorry, what?
And then the wise ones are like, you're going to do what now? And Aviendha's like, nothing.
Yeah, that one wise one, it starts, I'm pretty sure I wrote it down.
Mm-hmm.
Did I?
It's,
no. Starts with an S. Yeah, Cerelia. Is like, it's so funny, because everyone with any kind of power is described as, like, kind of severe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not Cerelia. She is the most severe. She is, like, the S tier severe. And, like, she's apparently, like, can look at you and make you do anything. So she just walks over and she kind of, like, glares at them a little bit. And Aviendha's like, just kidding, never mind. It's like, wow, all right. The kind of power. Oh. What is happening? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but what is happening out there?
I have no idea.
Great. Okay, moving on. Okay, you can't hear it. All right.
We can never hear our neighbors. This is like the first time we've ever really heard our neighbors.
Yeah, wow.
All right. Well, I hope that ends well for everybody.
Doesn't sound like it will. No, it is not Amazon clone. Anyways.
Sorry, everybody. The podcast listeners are like, wow, that was a lot of silence. What happened?
Yeah, sorry about that.
There's just like straight up shouting outside of our window.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like a good thing happened.
No. No, it does not. Anyways.
Chapter 24. Time to go back to the dream world. Which is just another chance for Egwene and the girls to catch up. Mm-hmm. But Egwene goes to her tent a little bit early, and the girls are starting to deal with something that we deal with in real life sometimes, which is time zones. Time zones are difficult. Time zones.
Yep. She's like, I can't go to sleep yet because it's not late enough. I also the end of the chapter before the sword sheath apparently has been like seen as like a courting gift.
Well, because they don't see it as the sheath, they see it as the jewels, right?
Yes, no, 100%. But it is interesting because I'm like, I guess you can't like give anybody anything without there like having some meaning behind it. So for Rand, he was like, oh no, you can just have this, and that's why Aviendha was so pissed. She's like, are you kidding me right now? She's like, I have to explain this to people. She's like, I can't. They don't get it. The Aiel have it one way.
They do. Apparently we're rushing. Yeah, Berserker says we're rushing. We've done 3 chapters in 25 minutes. We've only done 2 chapters in 25 minutes, so I don't think we are.
Yeah, we're done chapter 24.
I just said the word don't chapter 24.
Don't you worry. Oh my god.
So Egwene, she goes to the dream world and meets up. She doesn't want to right away, but she falls asleep anyway.
Yeah, she's tired, and
I wish, guys, I have such a hard time falling asleep.
Like, I wish I could just be tired and like zoink out.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I used to be able to do that.
I can't nap.
I can nap sometimes.
You can nap. No, sometimes.
I used to be able to fall asleep anytime, anywhere.
If we're in a car...
And now I've lost that ability.
That's true, but in the car, you can sleep.
Yeah.
We drove from Calgary to Toronto. It was a 5-day drive. Claru slept all night, would get up, get in the car, be awake with me for an hour while I drove, and then she would be out again.
An hour. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration.
It's not.
Well, I'm in a moving vehicle with nothing to do, so I'm like, I'll doze. The thing is, like, my eyes are closed a lot of the time, but I wasn't, like, actually sleeping.
I don't know if I believe you. I was being pretty ridiculous, and you were pretty out of it.
You being ridiculous? I don't know what you're talking about.
Never. Me?
Never.
No. Come on.
So she falls asleep a little bit early.
Yeah.
And she catches Elaine talking to Brigitte.
Which, this got weird for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, if Nynaeve told Elaine about Brigitte, why does it matter if Elaine tells Egwene about Brigitte? Like, Nynaeve is the one who messed up here.
Yeah.
Nynaeve should never have told Elaine.
Well...
What?
The problem is, like, if Nynaeve is like, hey, I know all these things and I can't tell you how, I don't know if Elaine is gonna, like, really trust that. Because here's the thing.
She's doing it to everybody else, though.
Well, the problem with telling Elaine is that Elaine is kind of beholden right now to the wise ones in a lot of ways. Egwene, sorry, yes. Egwene is beholden to the wise ones in a lot of ways, and I don't think that they want to risk telling her because the wise ones actually know a lot more about the dream world and would understand, I think, the potential repercussions for what is happening. Because we've been told that it's, like, against, I don't know, against, not the law, but, like, it's a bad thing. She's breaking rules.
Right, but then telling Elaine is the same.
Well, no, Elaine's not with the wise ones. The wise ones
No, but telling, like, breaking the secret to Elaine is the problem. Because now 2 people know, right?
I guess.
Like, Brigitte was like, don't tell anyone. And Nynaeve was like, okay, but my girl here.
Wait, no, I think that she told Elaine first. I think she was like, oh, I told Elaine already.
Oh, did she?
Maybe?
Okay.
Potentially.
Sure.
Kind of remember something like that.
What follows, so Brigitte leaves, and Egwene makes herself known to Elaine. The wise ones show up, and they're like, Egwene, were you in the dream world by yourself? And she's like, no, I swear to God, I just fell asleep early.
I just fell asleep, I'm so sorry.
And if I went to my own dream, I don't know if I would have made it here.
Yeah.
I messed up. And they're like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, it's just like, look, next time, just go into your own dreams. Like.
But also, there's an element of, like, we've been riding for, like, 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, you passed out. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then we get probably the most frustrating conversation.
One of, definitely.
Elaine, if I was in my room at the tower.
Oh my God. Like, how did the wise ones not? Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I think that for them, it's a cultural misunderstanding, right? Like, I think that it's easy to hide things from them because they're like, oh, those wetlanders, they're so weird.
Yeah, true. True. I like it. The Aiel's perspective on everybody else, I think, is fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what do you mean you don't understand the way we do things? Mm-hmm. Like, they just, like, they can't even, like, fathom.
Yeah. And so I think that Egwene was able to hide it because of that. But this whole conversation where she's like, show up. I need her to go tell Nynaeve to remember that if she doesn't behave, I'm gonna do bad things to Nynaeve. And I was like, Egwene, what the hell? So, question, do you think that when we find out that obviously Moghedien shows up in these visions, do you think that Moghedien was waiting there, or do you think she overheard the conversation and she puzzled it out and was like, oh, I'm going to go meet her in the tower and get her alone? Because Moghedien's probably aware that there's a bunch of them all together and is like, maybe I don't need to, like, take on all of them at once, but if I'm interpreting this right, then maybe I can catch 1 or 2 of them off guard. That's interesting. I hadn't really thought about when Moghedien would have started following her. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I don't know. I could see it both ways, right? Like, yeah. I could see Moghedien. Actually, I don't think Moghedien's at the Stone of Tyr. I don't think so. I think that would be too dangerous, right? Okay. I think that the Stone of Tyr is probably a risky location for the Forsaken right now because that is where a Forsaken died recently. The sword is there with wards on it that Rand set. I think that while they're in, I think that that's their meeting spot because it is a somewhat safe location for them. Okay. I'm more inclined to believe that Moghedien was, like, stalking the halls of the tower and found them. Although, why would she be in the accepted quarters? She must have followed them there. Well, that's what I mean. That's why it's kind of weird. Like, yeah, maybe she's waiting in the one tower for them because the one tower is, like, kind of
like makes sense for them to show up in, but the accepted quarters, I don't know, right? So who knows? I don't know. It was just a thought that I had. I was like, do you think Moghedien's been there like spying the whole time? Like, is she learning the information that they're sharing between them?
I don't think Moghedien knows about Brigitte.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Didn't she say something about Brigitte at the end of that chapter? Which chapter? 24?
I think Moghedien's in chapter 25. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes. We
Oh, no, she does know about Brigitte.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
No, she does. I wrote a note about her knowing about Brigitte.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I remember.
I need to read my own notes, too. Apparently, I'm just as bad as you.
Yeah, she's like Nynaeve, Almira, Elaine, Trican, and Brigitte. Those three she would find and deal with. Yes. Okay.
That's cocky on her part.
Yeah.
Like, Moghedien, she's like, that Nynaeve almost took me out, so I'm gonna go hunt the legendary hero Brigitte by myself.
Yeah, but also she is a Forsaken. Like, they're kind of, I think, supposed to be like on par.
Yeah.
And she's sneaky, you know?
She's the spider.
Yeah.
Your least favorite character.
I hate spiders. There are so many spiders in Jedi Fallen Order.
There are so many spiders in our basement.
Yeah, I hate it.
We have this whole basement for activities, and Clarus just takes everything up into the living room and makes our living room a mess because she won't work in the basement.
Well, the spiders are honestly like whatever. The fucking centipedes, I cannot deal with. I cannot. Anyways,
Chapter 25. Moghedien attacks Egwene with Galad.
Oh, the Sanchin at the circus has an Adam. That's gonna come in important later.
She has an Adam?
Yeah, with her. Remember?
Oh, right, yeah. Because Elaine put it on her. And Egwene is like, what the...
Yeah.
What? You did what now?
She's like, no, it doesn't work because she can't channel.
Yeah.
Whoever this elephant tamer is.
Elephant tamer?
Aren't they elephants?
No, they're shreddits. What?
Yeah, they look like elephants, right? Yeah. Their noses trail on the ground, like...
Oh, they're elephants.
Did you not?
I did not pick that up. I've had this weird image of this weird, like, creature in my head that was not...
Of a boar horse?
Yeah, it wasn't as tall as an elephant. I thought it was, like, a mystical creature. I did not put together that was elephants.
They're literal, like, oliphants. I thought that that's what they were gonna be called. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well done.
I'm so stupid.
No, you're fine. I'm
the
pretty
chapter
sure...
icon was an elephant.
I was going to say, I think the chapter icon is literally an elephant.
I thought there were elephants at the circus in addition to shreddits. I thought they were... Because I just was like, oh yeah, there are elephants at the circus. That makes sense. I didn't even think...
That's okay.
I don't know, you guys.
You know what? It's all good.
Glenn Peterson, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you, Glenn.
Bonus work from home day. Love it.
Yay! We love it.
Also, I always pronounce Brigitte's name Brigetti?
Brigitta?
Brigitta?
I don't.
But yours is good too.
That's another one that I'm like, I don't. Like, it could be Burgit as well.
I know a Brigitte.
Brigitte, Burgit,
so
Brigitta.
I go with Brigitte because...
Sounds like bruschetta.
I know a girl in New York whose name is actually Brigitte,
and
that's how it was pronounced. So.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's a freaking elephant.
I wrote down, my first note of chapter 25 is, every time a woman thinks about a man in Tel'aran'rhiod, she shows off boobies. Her neckline literally, like, plummets. And I'm like, is that really the progressive writer that we got Robert Jordan?
Tel'aran'rhiod is Robert Jordan's dream world. Where when women think of men, their boobies are out.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Robert Jordan, look... It's unfortunate to say this because the man has passed. Rest in peace, Mr. Robert Jordan. Thank you for writing these books. I love them.
Yes.
We are learning so much about what got him going sexual style. And it's the boobs, man.
It's that bosom.
It's boobs and spankings.
Ample bosom. Yes. And like that's, you know what, that's cool. I get it. I titties are great. We all like titties. But every time, literally every time, it's like the neckline is just like, whoop, and I'm like, We get it. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And it's never she folded her arms. It's she folded her arms under her breasts.
Well, you can't fold your arms on your breasts.
No.
It's got to be under.
You just say that you fold your arms. We all know exactly what that looks like.
But if he doesn't say breasts, how am I supposed to have an erection?
Fair.
You know what I mean?
You're right. That the word breasts is just inherently so sexy. The necklines of heaven. Yeah.
So the man that she's thinking of when this happens is Galad, because apparently he's just Henry Cavill levels of attractiveness.
Honestly, yeah, Henry Cavill could crush that role.
Nice to old.
Now, sure, but that's
not me being disparaging to you, Mr. Cavill.
Oh God, no, we
you
adore
just
you.
can't play 19 anymore.
Yes.
I love you.
That's fair. I think he would agree. He'd be like, "No, I'm a man."
He also wasn't as attractive at that age. I hope he never sees this.
That happens.
But like, if you see like Henry Cavill in like I Capture the Castle, which is this independent British film he did way back in the day.
Oh wow.
Versus Henry Cavill like now, he's so much more attractive now.
He's very attractive.
He just like as he ages, he is just getting hotter. Mm-hmm. Oh man, him building that PC.
Yeah, that's how you get a nerd hot.
God damn. Literally, PCs put off a lot of heat.
That is true.
Yeah.
You are.
Henry Cavill would be great for Raven. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, he would crush that.
Matt Bomer is also too old for Galad. You know who should play Galad?
Who?
Corey.
Honestly, I could see it.
Right?
Yeah.
My best friend should play Galad.
Yeah.
He's already a television star.
Yeah.
They should just hire him.
Yeah.
He'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Although watching Corey try and pronounce fantasy words would bring me more joy than you could understand.
He'd be like, "What the hell am I saying?"
He'd be like, David, what is this?
We didn't do Witcher Season 2 reactions because we weren't doing episode reactions back then. So
We've only done 4 episode reactions total, and they've all been in the
Yes.
last week. So
yes, that is a new thing for us.
we'll do them for Season 3, though.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking...
Yeah, so yeah, Egwene gets attacked. Sorry, we went on. That was a tangent.
We should do a separate stream where we, like, fan cast, because, like, that's a whole other thing
That would be fun.
Right? I think so.
Galad could not be Timothée Chalamet.
No, Timothée Chalamet's too twinky.
Timothée Chalamet could not hold a sword. Like, what?
Yes, okay. That is, like, too...
I could fit all of his calves and all of his arms. If you bundled them together like twigs, that would be one of my thighs.
Yeah,
I'm not wrong. Like,
I agree that it couldn't be Timothée Chalamet, but
I think he would be a great casting for Gawain, or for not even Gawain.
No.
Honestly, you know what? If I was restarting the Wheel of Time and I had to cast Timothée Chalamet, I would make him Matt.
Matt? Yeah, I could see him being Matt for sure. That like dark kind of more like broody look. And he looks like he looks teenager-y, right? I also think he could be Aram.
Oh, yeah. He could be Aram. That would be interesting.
Yeah, just personally.
He's an incredible actor. Don't get me wrong. He's just not the like white cloak warrior style man. You know what I mean? Like,
He's not the like tall, broad-shouldered, square-jawed. Like,
who's the guy from Merlin?
Which one, Arthur?
No. The guy, he comes in like season 4. Like I think it's Lancelot.
Oh, Lancelot is much earlier.
Tom Hooper.
I
think he's on the Umbrella Academy now. He would be a good Galad.
I'm not actually sure who that is.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I believe you. Chalamet
right.
for Asmodian, the Bard. I could see that.
Yeah, I want them to get like a musician. I want them to have a genuine like. I want Asmodian to be a legit like plays the music himself bard.
I agree. That would be really nice.
Ed Sheeran. Hear me out. He's in every other fantasy show. Ed Sheeran for Asmodian.
No.
And then there are the 2 redheads.
No.
You get Rand and Ed Sheeran?
No. Absolutely not.
Tom Hopper, thank you. Percival. It was Percival, right.
Oh, that guy,
Nobody
yes.
is a wonderland. Come on.
No.
Come on, just Ed Sheeran just walking behind as Asmodian. That would be hilarious.
Ed Sheeran is Gaul.
Charlie Day is Asmodian. I do the Charlie work.
Glenn Peterson, thank you for that super chat.
Side note, I remember when I read the letter Robert Jordan posted saying that he had amyloidosis.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'd recently lost my own father, and it tipped me over into genuine depression weeks. I'm so sorry to hear that, Glenn Peterson.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I think when I think about things like that, though, I'm always reminded that as an artist, our work lives on. And for him, like, these books, I think he passed away 20 years ago.
He left behind something truly incredible.
And we're still talking about it. Everyone it's being made into a show, and we get together on Friday mornings, and we talk about it for hours. Like, literally hours every week as a community. You
guys all get your booties to this live chat, and we talk about, we talk about many things. Apparently we're fan casting, but yeah, we talk about the work that he did, and I think that that's really incredible.
Yeah, and so, like, sometimes we point out some funny quirks about his writing, but ultimately we're fans of his, and we're loving experiencing his work decades after he's gone, which I think is what all writers hope for, right?
Yeah. Sorry, Donald Glover as Moghedien.
That would be good.
Got it,
that would
guys.
Be good.
I figured it out. Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we're on chapter 25 right
Johnny
now.
Depp as ship captain.
Jesus Christ.
I do be drinking the rum.
Oh my god.
Egwene is basically she is like, oh my god, this is bad.
Yeah, she's like, wow, my dreams are almost trying to, like, trap myself here. This is so crazy. I should leave. Does not suspect that it's another person at all, even a little bit.
Yeah.
And, and then she reaffirms that she sucks because she threatens to further punish Nynaeve, which I'm like, girl, you need to, stop. Please stop. So, Egwene needs to be stopped.
We learn a couple of interesting tidbits here, though, because she is in the tower before Moghedien attacks her, and she learns a couple of things. There are no reports coming out of Tenchico at all.
Yeah.
Which is what happened. I don't know. Bashir's army is still missing. Yeah. I don't know what that means.
Bashir's army.
I think it's important, but I can't remember what that is relevant to. But the most interesting part of this is Patron Nile is calling all White Cloaks to Amador.
Yeah.
So I think the White Cloaks are about to be on the move.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As more of an army and less as, like, local brigands.
Well, and I think that because Galad has been revealed to be a White Cloak, I think that it's going to be a big White Cloak battle for the end of this book. Like, I think the White Cloaks are going to fight the Aiel, right? Because they're going to think that Couladin is there and trying to take over, and they're just going to, either stand against all of them or, attack.
Bashir is Fail's dad. That was why I was like, I know that this name is important, but I can't remember who it is.
Yeah. God, we needed, corkboard.
Tom Ellis from Lucifer as Asmodian.
I didn't watch
He's too
Lucifer.
handsome. Honestly, Tom Ellis would be a great Robin.
I'm not sure who that is, but
He's
someone mentioned
hot.
Tim Minchin as Asmodian.
The key of F.
The best. It doesn't work as well when you're not playing the piano at the same time.
I know, but it's just...
Guys,
go watch The Key of F Sharp by Tim Minchin.
F Sharp by Tim Minchin. It is...
one of the most fantastic live performances of music ever.
Masterpiece.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So, Moghedien attacks. Galad's there. Egwene's like, I'm in a nightmare. And then Egwene overpowers Moghedien and GTFOs.
Yeah, well, obviously Moghedien severely underestimated Egwene, right? And
I don't know. I don't think she did. I think she is not as powerful. I think she's not very strong. Like, I think Moghedien is clever and, dangerous because she's so smart. But I think in terms of, raw power, she's not that strong.
I don't know about that.
I mean, she's been overpowered by multiple people in front of us at this point. So I think that, her power is that she always gets away and that she always has another plan and that you never see her coming. But if you're going head-to-head... Because once Egwene is in the nightmare, it just becomes a head-to-head power struggle, and Egwene wins, right? And so I think that Moghedien is... Moghedien's like a 7 in terms of, a power ranking, and Egwene is an 8, right? But Moghedien just... Egwene doesn't even know that Moghedien attacked her, which is what Moghedien's real strength is.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly think that, Moghedien is, same power level toe to toe. It's just been that like she's cocky, right? She is like one of the chosen. Egwene and Nynaeve and Elaine are all some of the most powerful channelers the tower's seen in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So they are like out of the ordinary powerful. I think it's both. I do. I think that Moghedien underestimated them, but I also think that the girls are very powerful.
I just don't know what underestimating someone in a power struggle means.
Just not being prepared adequately, right?
Yeah, but see, that's what I don't think is the case. Like, I don't think Moghedien underprepares. I don't, like, that seems antithetical to her character. Right?
Yeah, I also wonder, like, it's one of those strange things where if Egwene had been trapped in the dream world with Moghedien, how does that help Moghedien accomplish getting the others?
Well, it doesn't, but it gets one of them off the table.
I guess, but then people are automatically suspicious. If they're like, Egwene is trapped in the dream world and won't wake up, that's pretty suspicious.
Suspicious of what?
Of, like, what happened to her.
Yeah, but why is that bad for Moghedien?
No, well, because then, like, people will be more wary in the dream world and looking out, like, for a potential threat.
Yeah, again, but, like, why does that, how does that hurt Moghedien?
Well, because Moghedien right now has all the power because nobody knows that she's there lurking.
But they do know that she's there lurking. Like we've heard them talk about they know Moghedien's around, right?
Yeah, but not the wise ones.
Brigitte warned them
like
about
the
it.
Wise ones know Tel'aran'rhiod very, very well.
But why would the wise ones assume it's Moghedien? They don't even know who she is.
It's not about them knowing it's specifically Moghedien. It's about them knowing that there's some kind of external threat that now they need to be aware of while they're there. It puts them on guard, right?
I don't know. The way they talk about the dream world, they seem like they are already always on guard. Like, it seems like that's what they're trying to teach Egwene. In fact, by leaving Egwene alive, they're giving her more of a chance to become on guard the way I believe the wise ones are.
I guess. I just know that, like, Egwene is the one who is basically a dreamwalker and has been the first one for however many thousands of years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it stands to reason that in, like, dreaming, she might be more powerful than Moghedien.
Well, she's not the first dreamwalker in thousands of years. She's the first dreamwalker in the tower in thousands of years.
In the tower, yes.
Because the wise ones are all dreamwalkers.
Yes, that's fair.
Right? Even the ones who can't channel the power are still, they're dreamwalkers without the power.
Right, that's fair.
Kind of in the same way that Perrin is a dreamwalker without the one power, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
A lot of Forsaken think they're older, wiser, smarter than current people, but actually they're just people in a strange environment, so a lot of their knowledge isn't applicable. That's an interesting point, Marco. Yeah, it's like taking us back to, like, the Bronze Age and expecting us to survive.
Yeah. Because
the Forsaken, one of the things I think the book doesn't talk about is that the Forsaken lived in a world of technology.
Yeah.
Right? And now they're in a world without any of that. Without any of... And so it is interesting where, like, would the Forsaken even know how to hunt? You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah, we don't really know.
They lived in the future with, like, replicators from Star Trek and shit. Like, but seriously, like, I know how to hunt because I was a Boy Scout. And, like, I learned that as a child. But
yeah.
I know a lot of people who grew up in cities who, if you were to put them in, like, 700 AD and be like, okay, go survive in a village, they'd be like, how?
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about that.
But, like, it's kind of weird that the Forsaken don't seem to notice the fact that, like, the trappings of their lives are all gone.
Yeah.
And I would like for the book to kind of talk about that and then be like...
Do you remember cell phones? Rand is like, what's a cell phone?
Do you remember spices from different places? Do you remember fruit that wasn't just what was local? Right? Like, there's so many things...
Do you remember when we cloned bananas?
Do you remember that lamb we cloned? Dolly or whatever?
Oh,
Does this village have Wi-Fi? I want, like, the first time Summerhage gets out of the boar or whatever, to, like, go into a town and be like, hey guys, I have no signal. Do you guys know why I have no bars? Like,
the 5G isn't working. Oh man, I honestly didn't even think about that. And you're so right.
It would be kind of miserable.
Yeah, and it would be jarring. You would definitely have to take some time to find your footing, right? That makes a lot of sense.
Philip says they can get around a lot of that with the one power. For sure, in terms of, like, in terms of their ability to survive. I'm not saying they're in danger of dying. I'm saying that, like, I would kind of show up and be like,
fundamentally changed.
I really liked mattresses. I have a nice Endy mattress, good Canadian company. I liked my mattress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I liked toothpaste. And there's certain things where it would be jarring to go from, like, living at the top of society in one technological age and go to, like, horses.
Remember indoor plumbing?
Remember when we had cars that flew with autopilot and you could just get anywhere you wanted really quick?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. I honestly did not even think about that.
But yeah, it's just, it would be interesting, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. SG says some of us grew up without internet or cell phones. Oh, 100%. I remember my first cell phone. I remember when we went from dial-up to high speed. Mm-hmm. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm. The difference between dial-up and high-speed internet was such a crazy... Remember toilet paper? Naraffin, right?
Yeah.
Although, honestly, they probably poop the way that wizards in Harry Potter poop, where they just poop themselves and then whisk it away.
Yeah, seriously.
J.K. Rowling, why?
How much? It was 3,000 years. How much is Bitcoin worth? Could you imagine them trying to, like...
But where's the blockchain?
Oh my God. Wow. Oh, this is so weird. I did not even think about that.
Yeah, it opens up a weird kind of worms, right?
Yeah, I forgot that they were in, like, a futuristic past, which is so weird.
They had literal flying cars.
Yeah.
Like, they were in, like, the most futuristic of futuristic worlds.
Yeah.
And they got flung back to, like, outhouses and, like, what are we eating? It's the meat that we found with the berries that we found. We put them in a pot and we cooked them until they were done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they went from, like, restaurants to meat on a stick.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably went from, like, the self-order, and then they have a robot bring it to the table restaurants.
Right? No, but really, it's just interesting. It's an interesting thing to consider. And just something the show hasn't... The books haven't really talked about yet. And I want more of the perspective of the Forsaken being like, the world we left was so much better than this. I want one of the Forsaken to turn. I want one of the Forsaken to go, you know what? The Dark One... No, you know what? The Dark One has made a worse world for me to live in. I don't want to be here. Things were better before the Dark One. And then he becomes a good Forsaken.
Bully says, if you bale-fired poop, does that mean you lose weight?
Huh.
Oh, God.
Here's the thing. You would have to bale-fire it all the way back to before you ate it. And so the calories... Wait, no. Worse. If you bale-fire it, but not all the way back to before you ate the food, would you just poop it again?
I guess.
Because it would still be inside you.
Wow.
So you would just be stuck in a cycle of pooping. The same poop over and over again as you bale-fired it away to try and lose weight.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to be powerful enough to this is why bale-fire was banned.
This specific
this reason, exactly, right here.
You know that Raven and Asmodian, like 3,000 years ago, got high one night and had this conversation. They're like,
oh, yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
They smoked a little bit of the Green Man, and they were like...
They smoked the Green Man. Poor Green Man. All right. That's basically the end of that chapter. We find out that, surprise, Moghedien is the one... Well, because Egwene pops herself away.
We have talked about 4 chapters in an hour.
Yeah. Egwene pops herself away and then is, like, home, and her mom's there. She's like, oh, this is nice. And then she's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
It was only just a dream.
Yeah.
And Moghedien is like, I will have you, my pretties.
But Egwene sees the banners in one of the flashes. She sees the banners in Two Rivers. So
she's like, that's weird.
Perrin, he's not in this book, but he's somewhere.
Yeah,
Robert Jordan, where's my boy?
Yeah. Do we get at least one Perrin chapter?
I don't think Perrin ever comes back again in the entire...
He's done. He did his thing. He's on his forever honeymoon with Fail.
AP says, is that like lighting a match when you leave the bathroom? They're called strikers now. We're
strikers.
Chapter 26, Salidar. The city in Salidar. Wow, they're so hidden. How could anyone crack the code?
Yeah.
I just love in that one chapter, Swan was like, only a blue would ever figure out that Salidar means Salidar. And I was like, yeah, only a blue.
Sure, yeah.
Arrogant. So the Loghedien is not doing well.
No. We find out that Loghedien is
Thank you, monkey.
Losing his will to live. He is not good.
He's a slumpy sad boy.
Slumpy sad boy.
Yeah. And but they're getting where they need to go. They get to Salidar. YouTube wants us to add an ad right now. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, YouTube is like, now it would be a good time to add an ad. We're like,
we're doing a live podcast, YouTube. You can put ads on it later.
Yeah. Leave.
So they get to Salidar.
Yeah.
And this chapter was maybe my favorite like idea of this section. They get there and people are like, who the hell are these? Is that Loghedien? And
they're like, oh, it's Egwene and Min, or
two
Elaine.
women?
Loghedien. Oh my god. It's like Egwene, Elaine, Loghedien. There we go. We got there. Yeah, they're like, I thought everybody was like staring and quiet because they recognize Swan. But we find out they walk up to the Aes Sedai that are in the big inn or whatever. And they're all like, Min, what a dumb idea you have bringing Loghedien here. And she's like, me? It's them. That's
Poor
Swan.
Min.
Like,
Min is getting such a raw deal here.
I know.
Swan, she should have left Swan behind long ago. Yeah. Because Swan has like ruined Min's life.
Yes.
Like truly ruined Min's life.
Yes.
And you know what? For that, Swan, I don't know. Yeah. I was gonna say harsh words. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be a dick.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, actually, we missed a very important part. Is that there's 107 different kisses. And 93 face touches. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't.
I think we should come up with a Domani instructional video.
But like 107 kisses in terms of like lip to lip?
That is a good question. It did not specify body parts. So.
Yeah. Leanne, I don't want all 107, but I'll take a couple.
I'll take a couple of kisses.
Sounds hot. Sounds hot.
God.
Yeah, no, so there are many kisses, but they get to town. And I love that they're not recognized. I love that they like have to like walk into the inn and they're like, Min, what are you doing? And she's like,
that's Swan,
that's
you
Swan
idiots.
Sancha.
Like,
and they're like,
no, it's not.
Oh. No, let us ask you 8,000 questions.
Yes. It's now just like interrogation time. And like and they ask everything. Like they're thorough until they're finally like, yeah, I mean, I guess.
In the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Where were you on June 15th, 3,200 post breaking?
I love that you were like, Swan and Leanne were basically the Fred and George of the White Tower.
Yeah, we find out that Swan and Leanne were like pranksters.
Yeah, they were assholes.
And like, I love that that's all they're asked about. Like, Swan was the Amyrlin seat for years. They could have asked anything about like meetings or like professional things, and they're like, "What did you do to my cat 16 years ago?"
Yeah.
And but also somehow they answer questions that weren't asked. Because there's a moment where Swan's like, "Oh yeah, we did this thing," and the woman's like, "You did what?" And I'm like, you don't volunteer incriminating information that you don't need to. Answer their questions, but don't tell them about more reasons to be mad at you than they already have.
Here's the thing. Swan is kind of a dick and doesn't really have tact.
True.
Like,
on both points.
And this is just being reinforced thoroughly throughout this section. She does kind of like pretend to be like meek and such, but even still, it doesn't seem very well planned. What?
Fabu Moose is just being a mod. Even though they don't have a mod wrench yet because YouTube's broken.
I know. I tried. We'll have to try again, Fabu.
We'll figure it out.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I think that Swan is not putting her best foot forward here.
Yes.
In terms of convincing people.
But her plan is very interesting. The whole thing about the Reds using Loghedien is actually very fascinating.
Do you think
it's true?
I do.
I do.
I think, but I think that it was Leandrin, right?
Yeah.
Because Leandrin is a dark friend. So I think that this is all... I don't think that it was Aleida. I don't think Aleida was a part of it at all. I think that it was Leandrin. And I think that it was the Black Aja within the Red Aja that pulled this off with Loghedien, not the Red Aja as a whole.
Yes.
Because it doesn't make sense for the Red Aja to do it, but we know Leandrin is a dark friend. So, like, of course she would do something like this.
Yep. But now, Aleida is is kind of the figurehead for the Reds. Mm-hmm. So, so they're like, well, we can't follow Aleida if she did something like this, if she was involved in any way. I
also really loved the part of this chapter where Swan is being very careful not to get caught in any lies because the Aes Sedai don't know yet that she can lie.
Yeah. And
she's like, all right, how can I...
it doesn't even cross their mind that the oaths were broken.
But she's like, Leanne, everything you say has to be true so that we can keep this this lie going. And this is a moment where, like, Swan is pushy here, but much smarter. In the way that I was complaining about Swan not appearing very intelligent in the scene with the barmaid last week, this is the kind of, like, intelligence that I want from this character and makes her, like, she's more interesting here than she is last week.
When she referenced that, right? She's like, oh, I learned. Yeah. I learned from this moment, which I actually thought was very clever.
Master Jarl, thank you for inserting an awkward pause. I appreciate that.
Thank you for that super chat.
Swan was in her element here in a way that I was like, this is kind of rad. This is fun.
Yeah, I like that they brought it back because, we were talking about this moment last week, and I think there were a lot of people that disagreed with us, but we hadn't gotten to this point yet where Swan is like, oh yes, I learned from my mistakes, and I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice. The one thing though that she doesn't ever learn is to trust people, which I think is going to ultimately be her downfall. She didn't even trust Leanne with her plan until that very morning, right? And I just think that, like, Swan would do so much better if she treated people better and made it a little more of a two-way street, Because here's the thing, everyone kind of is super shady in these books, right? Nobody trusts anybody. And somebody's got to be the first to do that. I don't think it will be Swan, but it's just frustrating to see because Swan might have never lost her position as the Amyrlin seat if she had been kinder to people. Like,
I agree with that.
They even kind of reference it that, like, I don't like you. Do I think that you did the things that you've been accused of? No. But you're kind of a dick. And I'm like, you know what? I get it. I get it. Moral of the Wheel of Time is be nicer to people.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So the Swan basically is like, you guys don't know how to run my network of blues.
Yes.
Which hasn't been her network in a long time. So I'm kind of like, you barely were able to do that one interaction. She thinks very highly of herself if she thinks she's going to pull this off. I
mean, I think she's better at pulling the strings from, like, the top of the chain as opposed to being in the midst of it.
Yeah, but she's not going to be the top of the chain. And that's why I think she's going to struggle with this. Well, I ultimately think she's going to fail at this.
Okay.
At least partially. I think that some of the blues will end up going back to Aleida. I think the choice to go to war with the White Tower will have consequences for the town.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see Gareth. We'll get to Gareth Bryne next chapter, but I'm excited to see how this plan is playing out. Right. I think it's really interesting and fun to read, and it's going to lead to some really cool story stuff in the next couple books. So I don't think it'll happen in this book, but.
Yeah. No, I don't think so as well. I think we'll get there.
And so Min and Loghedien are sent away to go sit and eat while the big people talk, and basically decisions are made about Min's life that she has no control over again.
Classic. It's like you said, if I was Min, I would just leave. You'd be like, fuck these guys.
Yeah, but no, she swore that oath because Swan made her.
Yeah.
Like, Swan has ruined Min's life.
Yeah.
And I think that Rand is going to have to come, like, buy her service or whatever.
Maybe?
Even though Min is like, I just want to be near Rand. And Rand is like, Min never wants to be near me ever again.
Oh, poor
Min is like, if I see Rand again, I'm going to use these ancient Domani techniques. And
all 107 kisses.
I mean, Rand's got enough women around him. He can get more than 107 kisses. You know what I mean? Like,
that is true.
He just needs to play that drinking game again.
Oh my god. Right. I forgot about that one. Do you think Swan has an idea for who to be the Amyrlin seat? Because she's manipulating them right now, right? She's like, it should be someone who wasn't there, who can't claim to be on either side.
Yeah, it's Moraine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. When she talks about being powerful, when she talks about not being there, like, she has to be thinking of Moraine as her option, right?
Yes.
I can't imagine it would be anyone else.
Yeah, I agree. My initial first thought was like, I was like, Elaine? But I don't think that would actually
Well, no, she wouldn't.
help.
She wouldn't be willing to raise and accepted.
No. But I think it will be one of the Like, I think that Swan wants it to be Moraine, and
I don't think it will
won't
be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think that Moraine will have the option. I think that it will actually be Moraine that says no.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that Moraine is so focused on her mission, and she will say, like, I appreciate the offer, but I've got stuff going. Like, I'm doing something.
She's gonna be like, I'm gonna stick with Rand.
Yeah.
Rand needs me. Yeah.
I do. I think that Moraine isn't interested in sitting in a room and talking about doing things.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a frontline person.
Yeah.
She reminds me of Maverick. Because I just saw Top Gun with my family, the new one. And, you know, he's still a captain at his older age because he doesn't want to be in charge. He wants to fly the planes.
Yeah.
And he wants to be on the mission.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to teach the mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the movie's great. Also, if you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick, it's actually, like, really, really well done. See it in IMAX. The sound is unbelievable. But yeah, she's one of those characters. And so I think Moraine would actually be a good Amyrlin seat.
Yeah.
I just don't think that she will end up being the Amyrlin seat.
No, I agree. The reason I thought Elaine was because I was like, if Elaine is Amyrlin's seat, but also Queen of Andor, it gives the tower a, like, uniquely powerful position, but I don't even know if that's possible. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but she's not going to be Queen of Andor, right?
She will be.
Well...
She's supposed to be.
Yeah, but that's not how...
The belief is that she will be.
But the thing is, that's not even how you become raised to be queen in Andor, right? Like, just being Morghase's daughter isn't enough. Right? Isn't there a whole, like, voting thing with, like, the other nobles?
No, she is the daughter heir.
But didn't Morghase have to go through some sort of, like, thing to become...
Because Morghase was not the daughter of the previous queen.
Right.
Morghase took over the throne.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think Elaine's just not an adult yet. Like, it would be...
Oh, I agree with you, like, 100%.
It would be like Padme Naberrie becoming queen of Naboo. Like, that would be bizarre. At 14?
Yeah. So, how bizarre. How bizarre.
So, yeah, 27, let's summarize 27. I don't want to go beat by beat through this chapter, because it's just a very long conversation.
Yes, it is a lot of talking, which you guys are aware happened.
But the plan essentially becomes that they're going to reveal that the Reds manipulated Logain into attacking Gildan.
Yeah.
And that they're going to raise their own Amyrlin seat.
Yes.
To stand in opposition to the White Tower.
Yes.
So they are now they're the Black Tower. No, they can't call themselves the Black Tower, because that would be like the Black Aja.
Yeah.
But they're like the anti-White Tower. Or actually, I guess they would call themselves the true White Tower.
Yeah.
Even though they don't have a tower.
There's no tower. It's like, I don't know.
They're the White Village. Sounds bad. They're the White Power. No, can't call it that.
Nope, you can't do that. Nope. Wow. I wish we could cut that out.
The Eggshell Tower. That's funny. It was a joke.
Do you want to tell him?
GHJIJF. Oh my god. Just Google.
You can
Google's your
Google.
friend.
You can Google Claris Polaris, and that's all I'm going to say.
Definitely
man.
Clip it. No, don't clip it,
No,
guys.
no.
It was
Don't clip that. No.
I want to be very clear.
Someone will take that out of context.
Racism is absolutely abhorrent.
Yeah.
Nazis can all get punched in the dick. Like, straight up.
The Alabaster Shaft.
I said white power as a joke. It is not a personal belief. I want to be very clear about this.
Yeah.
Granted, if you've seen anything I've ever made on the internet, you know where I stand.
Yeah.
I'm a far left-leaning socialist.
Yeah.
I'm a nihilistic socialist, but I am a socialist.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Tower. This is where it crosses over with Stephen King. And Pennywise the Clown is going to join the circus.
No.
And Elaine is going to have to sleep with all of the men in the circus to destroy the clown.
No. Does it also just, like, get misty?
Misty?
It's Stephen King, I don't know. There's just a mist that rolls through.
Does it get misty? This is what happens when you make a Stephen King joke with someone who does not like
I've
horror.
never read Stephen King.
What Aja would Pennywise be in? The Greens. Because Pennywise is about polyamory.
Wow!
Or no.
Oh
No, polyamory is what takes down Pennywise, so...
Oh, so a red.
Yeah, so he'd be a red.
He'd be a red. He'd be a red, for sure.
It's the Two Towers.
So are we going to get a battle at Helm's Deep at the end of this book? Is that what's happening right now?
Wait. But, oh my god, yes. Because there's now two whites. Because in the Two Towers, there's Saruman the White, and there's Gandalf the White. They're the two Amyrlin seats.
Yes.
And so now, whoever is raised up... So, Elena is Saruman, and whoever is raised up to be the Amyrlin of the Tower in Exile is Gandalf the White. She went through the mountains. It's going to be Moiraine. Because she went through the mountains, and she came back. Mm-hmm. She fought creatures. And now she's going to come back, and she's going, instead of being Moiraine the Blue, she'll be Moiraine the White. And then
right.
They will fight on top of a tower with moths and eagles and shit.
And Kyrian is going to be Helm's Deep.
Yeah. I mean, basically.
Got
right?
it. Guys, we figured it out. Guys, everyone relax.
Oh, man.
We got it.
I mean, the giant eagles do kind of show up, Sith guy. We'll talk about that in chapter 31. So.
Yes, they're...
The Aleida of many colors.
How I
she
love
who
my
comes at dawn. I think
colors.
that's Aviendha now, right?
I think that's Aviendha.
I think Aviendha is she who comes at dawn now.
Yeah.
This show has been unhinged. The Fires of Heaven has led us down dark paths.
Yes, this is the darkest timeline.
This is the darkest timeline.
So, Swan does tell the Aes Sedai that she thinks that Rand went to the Aiel Waste.
Yeah, Swan crushed it.
Yeah, but well, I mean, Swan is smart some of the time. And then Gareth shows up.
Well, before that, I do appreciate. I just wanted, before we get to Gareth, I like that Swan has Leanne bringing up things that she's like, I can't bring up everything, so Leanne's gonna bring up this one. She's like, Leanne, you weren't supposed to bring that up yet.
Yeah. You were supposed to wait 2 days before you said that one.
But it works, and so Gareth Bryne shows up, and Swan's like, God damn it, and she is honest with the ladies because she's still hiding that she can't lie, and so or that she can lie, and so she's like, God damn it, I have to be 100% truthful here, which isn't what she wants to do, but she does have to.
Yep. Well, and also because, if Gareth shows up saying a completely different story, she gets caught immediately. So yeah, she wants to keep that illusion that she can still, she's still bound by the oaths.
Bound by the oaths.
By the oaths.
Bound by the oaths.
So it's chapter 28. And
more conversation. There's a lot of guys. Honestly, 26, 27, 28 were not my favorite read, just because I was like, this is a lot of exposition.
I actually quite liked it. Personally, I found it all very fascinating, and I think really. I think it was a big eye-opener into Swan's character.
I would have put something between 27 and 28.
Oh, that's fair.
I would have broken up the POV so it wasn't just this one long conversation.
That's fair.
I think the chapters themselves are fine. Yeah. I just, because of how these books jump around, I would have jumped to something else and then come back to more of this conversation.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm glad we learned all of this. I think it's all really cool. I think Gareth Bryne in this chapter is such a bamf. Like, when he's like, all right, here are my demands. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, he just
he does not fuck around.
And what I love about him is that he's like, look, you know me. You know what I'm capable of. You know I like, his reputation is so amazing that he can go to some of the most powerful women on the planet and be like, you have to do these things for me. And they're like, yeah, you know what? We don't know how to go to war. Yeah. Right? And like, I just really appreciated how this was all written.
Well, yeah, most of the Aes Sedai don't know a single goddamn thing about battle because they can't. Because, like, they don't, like, unless they tower itself is threatened or they're fighting Dark Friends, they can't even really, like, retaliate in any way. So this is, like, this is definitely not their strength, and I'm glad that they realize that. You know what I mean? I'm glad that they don't try and just do it all themselves. Gareth is exactly the person that they need, and I just don't think that they quite see it yet. They're like, oh, there's potential here. I like Gareth, and because Min has that premonition with Swan, you need to stay close to him or you will both die. Gareth is the man, guys.
Gareth gives me like Éomer, if you like older Éomer vibes.
Okay.
And like honestly, if they cast Carl Urban as Gareth Bryne.
Carl Urban as Gareth Bryne, I could definitely.
He's already on an Amazon show.
Yeah.
He could just like go be on another Amazon show in between filming The Boys.
Yeah.
Also,
I can see that.
Our Boys episode 7 episode reaction goes up at 5:00. So come back to the channel in a few hours.
Click it.
If I finish it in time.
Just give it a like, even if you don't watch the full thing. Yeah, just click on it and
give it a like. Why not? It hurts no one. It helps the economy.
You know what you should also do is you should like this video, this one that you're currently watching right now, because the algorithm gods are starving and must be appeased.
You know what else you should do? Go to audibletrial.com/nerdynightly, where you can probably listen to a book.
Probably.
And by probably, I mean definitely, because that's the only thing they do. They do listening to books.
Yeah, unless, like, before you get there, some, like, catastrophic world phenomenon goes off and the internet doesn't exist suddenly.
There's a book about that on Audible right now.
Exactly.
And you can get that book for free by using the code audibletrial.com/nerdynightly.
Nailed it, guys. We're crushing it today.
We're so good! Yes! Oh my god, content!
Honestly, right now, Gareth, to me, is, like, on par with, like, ship captain. We've got ship captain and guard captain, and I'm here for it. I'm here for the daddy captains, you know? The daddy captains. That's their boy band.
That has to be a shirt.
The daddy captains?
I'm a daddy captain.
We'll have like a ship on one side and the lion on the other for Andor.
God damn it.
And then the white tower in the middle that just looks like a penis. It's called the Daddy Captains. I think it's great.
Why is the white tower there?
Well, because Gareth's now fighting for the white tower.
Oh my god.
The white tower, right?
Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Min's point of view. Or no, wait. Gareth Bryne's point of view. We barely talked about it. I just said it was awesome. Gareth comes into town and he's like, those are warders?
Yeah.
Those are Aes Sedai.
He's like, this is suspicious.
The fuck?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he knows immediately. And he's like, if I leave right now, like, we're all dead. So I have to just walk in there and hope for the best.
Well, and he thinks he's dead anyway. He's like, and I appreciate it. He's like, I led all these men to their deaths. I need to behave in a way. He's like, he goes into immediate, like, I need to save my men mode.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, God damn, we stan a boy who saves his men, okay?
Yes.
We stan a good leader.
Yeah, Gareth Bryne versus Barristan Selmy. Oh my god, that would be that would be great. I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um
so he gets into the meeting and the ladies are like, we know why you're here. Or no, tell us why you're here. And he tells them and he's like, they're not surprised. Swan was honest. That's interesting. Or no, Mara.
He still thinks it's Mara, right?
Yeah, Mara Jade.
And
Luke Skywalker's wife.
They literally tell him, they're like, that's Swan Sanchin. And he's like, oh yeah, that checks out. Like, I see it now.
He's less surprised about it than the Aes Sedai are.
The Aes Sedai grill her for like an hour. And Gareth is like, oh, yeah, okay. Makes sense.
And so so he makes this list of demands where he's like, I get to lead the war stuff. You guys don't give commands, I do.
Yeah.
You tell me what needs to get done, and I tell you how.
I say how.
If I say it can't be done, it can't be done.
Yes.
I'm not throwing away men for no reason.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, I love you.
This is badass motherfucker right here. We got a bamf.
This is it right here.
We got a bamf. And the one that was surprising to me. The rest weren't surprising. The one that was surprising was the last one, where he's like, if it doesn't go well, you're responsible for finishing this.
Well, just you can't back out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, because we're the ones that, me and my men are the ones that will pay for it. And
you can't go back to Aleida. And it is that moment where it's like, put up or shut up, right?
Yes.
And so what I love about this moment is the writing of Gareth Bryne, right? I think that he becomes such an interesting and just intelligent and capable man.
Yeah.
And you can, I'm like, God damn, I understand why Margase, he was the queen's lover.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would bounce up and down on that man. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's rad.
Uh-huh.
And, but what is more important is in terms of the storytelling of the series, this is the moment where the Aes Sedai have one choice.
Yeah.
Right? Put up or shut up.
Yeah.
You are either going to
it.
fight Elaida or you're going to go with Elaida. And this ties into what Swan had said about Elaida in the previous chapter, with revealing that the Reds had like run Logain into being who he was, and the lies and the deceit. Like Swan, interestingly, Swan set up the Aes Sedai to have to make this choice the way that Swan wants them to, not even knowing Gareth Bryne was going to show up. But like Swan, despite the fact that Swan now has to work for Gareth Bryne and like her life is going to be harder, and in turn Min's life is going to be way harder unfairly, Min deserves better.
Min deserves better, yeah.
I really hope Min slaps Swan across the face at some. I just want her to just like be like, just once, right?
Yeah.
Gareth Bryne showing up actually helps Swan's goals.
Yeah.
In such an interesting way.
Well, she just doesn't know it yet because she's pissed that she has to do his laundry now.
She's not going to do that laundry.
Well, no, Min is going to do it. That's what I mean. Min always gets the shit end of the stick. And we need, guys, justice for Min. Yes, thank you, Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just loved it. I really, the previous chapter with Swan and them wasn't like my favorite. I was like, okay, I see where this is going. I get it. But it was just kind of like almost pedantic. Whereas this, I was like, this is rad.
Yep.
I like when characters are forced into awkward positions, you know?
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And seeing how they come out of it. And it's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm still pissed about Min. Min ends this chapter, and Min is like doing laundry, and she's like, God damn it.
Well, before that, Logain realizes who Swan is. Right? Logain knows.
Didn't he know the whole time?
No. He thought her name was Mara.
No. When they meet in Tarvalon, he thinks that she's Swan.
No. He has no idea. Swan is like, I am the person who can get you revenge. And he's like, all right, I'll go with it. He does not know she's the Amyrlin seat. Because now he thinks she is the one responsible for what the Reds did to him.
Logain didn't know?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
When he said Swan sold me to the Aes Sedai, I didn't think he meant back then. I thought he meant in this moment.
No. He literally means he now blames her for what happened to him. It's about to get spicy.
That's bad for Swan. Because Logain is a man who has nothing to live for, which is the most dangerous kind of person.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he's destined for greatness. And them staying, or not... and as long as Swan stays close to Gareth, they should be okay. So
yeah, this viewing from Min's, what do you think that means?
Honestly,
do you think Gareth and Swan get married?
Gareth and Swan, I could see it, to be honest. However, I do think that Logain, this whole like glory storyline with him is gonna involve Gareth Bryne and his army. Oh,
see, I think the glory is gonna involve Rand. I said it during my my stream yesterday. I think Rand is going to heal. I think that Rand is going to ungentle Logain.
You think that's possible?
I do. I think they're going to figure it out. Because my theory yesterday was like I want Rand. For those of you who missed the stream yesterday, I was talking about male channelers.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that Rand is going to start collecting male channelers. Because Rand, we've had a couple of instances where Rand has said, like, there's got to be a way to stop the taint.
Yeah.
And so I think Rand is going to start collecting male channelers in the hopes that he can teach them to channel, but then cure them before they go mad.
Right. Rand and the 100 Companions.
Yeah, I just as like a poetry moment with the 100 Companions, I think Rand is going to have his like own little Hogwarts going on.
Yeah.
And then so we were talking about Rand then having, I brought up, well, if Logain is there, it would be like torture for him.
Maybe Logain is the sacrifice to cure the taint.
What?
That's why that's what the glory is. Maybe Logain has to somehow sacrifice himself You know how you can only channel so much power? Loghedien breaks through, can channel again, and then sacrifices himself to cure the taint. So that Rand can then win the last battle.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it could be something like that.
Because I remember, like, in the previous, like, flashbacks and visions and stuff, remember with Egwene when they were in, I think it was, like, Andor, and Rand was stuck under the rubble, and he's like, I'm going mad, I can feel it. You know, like, I do believe he will get to a point in the series where he's losing it. And I think maybe Loghedien will save him from that.
Here's the thing. We've never seen any form of magic in this world that involves sacrifices. Or, like, you know what I mean?
Well, in the show, we kind of did. Those women all died so that they could, like, channel enough power to achieve a goal, right?
No, they burnt out because they channeled so much power. That's not the same as it being required.
I'm not saying it's required, but I'm saying Loghedien is also incredibly strong with the power. We knew that.
Well, no, he's not. He's gentled right now.
But that's what I mean. If they fix that...
Okay.
But the taint is still there. Like, if he can bring Loghedion's power back, but the taint is still there...
But then he would just use a Terangrial. Like, he would just use a Sa'angreal and have more power than either of them could ever wield, right? Like, I
wonder if it's different coming from another person as opposed to a Angreal.
The problem is we've never seen magic work that way in this world. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're, like, cutting chickens for mystical properties. Well, no, but you know what I mean? Like, there isn't that kind of, like, there's no blood sacrifices. There's no kind of that stuff, right?
Yeah. I just, it just, like, you know, that is definitely something that, like, would earn you glory. So it was kind of...
I don't know. I have a feeling he's going to help Rand train the male channelers who ride with Rand into the final battle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there will be a few. I think Asmodian will be one of them. Mm-hmm. And Asmodian will teach defense against the dark arts. Rand will be headmaster. Loghedien will be Filch. Yeah. Or Loghedien will get his powers back, and Loghedien will be like the Severus Snape of it, right?
Yeah.
Trevor Feast, thank you for joining, thank you for joining the Nargs.
Thank you. Welcome
Happy
back.
Canada Day. I forgot that today was Canada Day.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That snuck up on me.
We're not good with holidays.
But
terrible. I think the Rand...
We remember Pride and nothing else.
Yeah. I think the Rand and the 100 Companions being, like, a parallel to, like, Lews Therin, I think that's definitely a high possibility.
Yeah, I just think it would be fun for, like, because there's so many books left that something has to happen, right? And I think that Rand training male channelers, hoping they don't go mad on him, would be really interesting. And I think that Loghedien being a part of that would bring him glory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Min sees this, that Gareth Bryne and Swan have to be near each other. The closer they are, the longer they live. The further apart they are, the Swan will die. Mm-hmm. And so that's interesting. I wonder if Swan will take that to heart and just be like, I'm gonna pull an Aviendha and start sleeping in the same room.
I hope so.
Chapter 29. Mm-hmm. Not my favorite.
Yeah, this one was dark.
Kadir is so much worse than we thought.
I don't know. I thought he was pretty bad.
There's bad, and then there's, oh yeah, I killed my sister bad.
Fair.
If you murdered your own sister, that's a different level of bad.
That is like Dark Friend level, yeah.
There's like, I'm greedy and I steal like money from people because the Dark One told me to steal money. And there's, oh, I killed my sister.
You know what? True.
It's bad. He's a not good dude.
Yeah.
And he's
also working for Lanfear now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Well, he always was. He just didn't know it. Because he didn't know that Keel was Lanfear, right?
Right. Oh, I thought he was like working for Asmodian, but just didn't know it. Because he thinks that Jason Derulo, I can never remember his real name.
Jason Derulo.
He thought Jason Derulo was not a chosen. He thought he was just as high up of a dark friend as you can be.
Yeah, but Jason came along with Keel when Keel joined him. And so Keel was his business partner that was leading him into the waste, right?
Yeah.
So he ended up on this journey because of Lanfear.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know it yet.
Well, but Lanfear's like, keep an eye on them. Lanfear wants to know what Rand is learning and wants to know how that's going, which is very interesting.
Well, and it finally explains why Isender was trying to get into Rand's bed so hard. Because I was like, why does she keep trying? I was like, he doesn't want to sleep with you. Like, this is weird.
Well,
but now it totally makes sense.
Yeah, because Aviendha's like, she wouldn't keep doing this if you weren't goading her, and it wasn't Rand goading her, it was someone else threatening her.
And Hadnan Kadir also reveals that he took his oaths as a boy.
Yeah.
Which is like when we learned Liandrin took her oaths before the White Tower.
Yeah.
There's a track record of the Dark One turning kids, which is really dark.
Well, that's like when you're most vulnerable.
Oh, 1,000%, but it's still super dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to wonder how many dark friends like turn back. Because who doesn't say dumb shit when they're like 15?
Well, Ingtar did, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, it definitely happens, and I'm glad that we do have that example of it happening.
Ingtar turned as an adult, though.
Yes. Oh,
I mean more people who just.
Friend. Oh.
I mean more who like just matures out of it. Who's like, oh, that was dumb. I was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Yeah, I guess.
Pater took his oaths as a boy too. Who's Pater?
Isn't Pater like one of the? He was like in one of the random villages. I know, I can't.
In these
I think he
books.
was one of the people in one of the random villages that Rand and Matt were like gleaming.
Right. The one who revealed them to that inn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come with me and join Team Satan. Yeah. Come with me if you want to join Team Satan.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like, you know, it's easier for, like, a kid. Like, if someone is, like, 14 years old and they're in a horrible place.
Oh, 100%.
Them, like, I feel like they're more likely to not see the negative repercussions of doing, you know.
Oh, yeah. It totally makes sense. It's just one of those things where it's sad, right? It's these kids.
A lot of teens go through a dark friend phase.
I went through a dark friend phase.
Yeah, we all
My dark
did.
friend was marijuana. And other drugs that I won't
say. The
say.
devil's lettuce.
I smoked the devil's lettuce.
Oh my god.
We should smoke the devil's lettuce tonight.
Why tonight?
I don't know, just get a little high.
We have the chocolate.
Edibles. I do like edibles. It's legal where we are, YouTube. Don't demonetize us.
Also, that chocolate is like really good chocolate.
Yeah, I know, it's tasty, right?
It's tasty.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with that.
And it's a 2-minute walk. We can go get more.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe that's what we should do Sunday. Should we just get really high on Sunday?
Take a day off. We
should do like a stoned reaction to something. Just get like crazy stoned and watch like some weird 80s movie we've never seen.
That could be fun.
Smoking the Green Man.
You know what? I've never watched Heathers, the movie.
I've never seen the movie either. I've only seen the musical.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I move in with you guys? I want to say yes, Wheel Up Time. But
I wish we had enough room.
Yeah, we don't have room, and if we let you move in, then we have to let everyone move in, and there's hundreds of people here right now, so it's like
yeah. Oh god. Yeah. So chapter 29, basically.
Ascender shows up.
Yeah, and she's like, they basically like poison ivy covered her. She's like all itchy.
Well, nettles, but yeah.
Nettles. Yeah, isn't it?
They
just
beat her
itchy?
with nettles.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like they've gone pretty far. I'm amazed Ascender is alive.
Honestly, same. But she's not alive anymore. So.
Well, no, but the fact that she crossed the waist in a black full body covering.
Yeah, how is she
while
not...
getting like beat every night by women? Like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and she shaved. They shaved her head and eyebrows as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And no, they shaved everything.
Hot.
No, don't forcibly shave people. It's super weird.
No.
Don't do that thing where you walk up behind someone with a razor and shave off just a little piece. It's so mean.
No, nobody does. No, don't. No.
I mean, it does happen in the young Canadians.
Wow. Called out. Yeah, and so he kills her. He's like, she's given up.
But his reasoning totally makes sense here.
Oh,
because he's like, they've broken her.
She is broken. She has to go.
She is going to start revealing that she's a dark friend. She's going to point fingers at me. Like, I hated that she died. I felt bad for her. But, like...
she was a sad character.
Hadnan is smart. Here's the thing, though. Yeah. This is kind of Rand's fault, because Rand is letting this happen. Rand knows they're dark friends, and is only keeping them around to try and protect Asmodian's identity.
Yeah.
So, like, this is happening because Rand... And granted, she's a dark friend, too. So, like, Rand would have just killed her. But, this is, like...
Yeah, she's not a good person, but, yeah.
But Hadnan Kadir is clearly more dangerous than... Rand is underestimating him. Mm-hmm. And I think there's going to be consequences for him underestimating Hadnan.
Yeah. Well, are there, though? Because he works for Lanfear, so...
Yeah, but if he, like, gets away with a wagon of,
Oh, the Terangrials.
The Terangrials.
Yeah.
Or, like, there are bad things that could happen.
Yeah.
And Rand is clearly underestimating how dangerous Adnan is.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder if Moraine knows that Asmodian is teaching him to channel.
Well, she's eavesdropping, right? So she must.
Yeah, like she probably doesn't know who he is, but
yeah, because they made it very clear that even when people aren't around, they still don't call him Asmodian.
Yeah,
which is weird. But also, Rand Rand is like, Jason, what do you know of Samael and how he acts? You've met him before. So it's like, it's hard to believe that it would like work for very long.
Yeah, that's why I think, Moraine kind of knows, at least has an inkling of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Cinder's dead.
Yeah. Poor girl. Although, honestly, at this point, like...
I mean, they're
probably
all terrible.
better for her.
Yeah, at that point. Just...
There was a point where he's like, no, try and sleep with him again. And she's like, I am red from head to toe and itchy.
Yeah.
I have no hair. Even if I could get naked in his room right now, he would not touch me. I look diseased.
Yeah. That would not be comfortable for anybody.
And Hanan's like, yeah.
All right, time to die. Remember my sister when I killed her? Yeah. Like, what a guy.
What a guy.
One fewer name to remember.
No, because you guys are going to be, like, 6 weeks from now, you're going to be like, so then Ascender did that thing. And I'm like, who's Ascender?
Who's that again? Don't remember her. I don't think we met her.
Who's Pater?
Chapter 30. I definitely didn't think we'd ever talk about Pater again. But that came up in chat.
Yeah. I have expected Pater to, like, show up again and be like, I was Moghedien all along.
It was Moghedien all along.
I want that so bad.
That'll be our,
Who put Egwene in a nightmare? It was Moghedien all along.
That should be our rewrite for next year's Dusty Wheel
song competition.
Yeah, the song competition.
And it's just things Moghedien did.
Yeah. Or, Anyways, chapter 30, Simmer Hadje. There's I wrote down, bad with the weather. My prediction, gonna get killed by the weather.
Simmerhage, killed by the weather.
Yeah. Tornado, earthquake,
thunder,
blizzard, something. Lightning, just like lightning and the thunder.
Do you think that he's going to be thunderstruck?
Oh.
Bam! Dun, 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 dun.
I hope so.
Catherine Hahn would be a fun chosen. She would.
Oh yeah.
She would. She would be a good Moghedien.
Crush that.
She would also she would be a good Shariam.
Oh, yeah.
Who's like a little bit sassy about spanking the girls under her. I can't talk about this freaking series.
Wow. Chapter 30. Some riders show up from Cairhien because it's under siege currently by the Kool-Aid Man. And he has not busted through the walls in Yaldo yet, but he will.
Oh, yeah!
He will very soon.
Are we calling Kool-Aid the Kool-Aid Man?
I guess so.
All right.
They're all drinking the Kool-Aid. It makes sense.
The Shido.
Yeah.
Oathbreakers. Yeah. So they show up and they're like, "Yo, are you guys evil?"
Well, it's the guy from who was gambling with Matt. When the taint bubbles showed up.
The taint bubbles. When the miasma.
Yes, the miasma. So yeah, they're like, hey, yeah, Cairhien, not in such a good spot, and he's like, how long can Cairhien hold? And they're like, 7, maybe 8 days, maybe. Rand turns to Roark and is like, how fast? He's like, 7 days, and they're like, yeah, right, 1,000 crowns.
But also, how does Roark know?
I don't know. Maybe he's good at maps.
But do they have a map?
I hope they have a map.
This was a moment where I was like, do they know where they're going?
Yeah. They've got to have a map.
But yeah, it was...
Does anybody have a map?
Cairhien was just... Ruark was like, yeah, we can get there in 7 days. And I was like, how do you know how far away it is? Oh, I guess maybe when they get to the villages, they know how far.
Yeah. There's lots of maps. Lots of places.
They are the Shido and not the Shidon't. I like that, Eric. I like that joke a lot.
Oh, Ruark was probably fighting in the IU War.
Sure, that was 20 years ago.
I guess.
For you to be in one spot and be like, 20 years ago, I think it took me a week.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. Yeah, because it's like, was he in the same spot I don't know.
Intrinsical says he said 7 days. He will get there in 7 days.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, but it's also one of those things where if he has been in the land before and he has at least seen a map, even if he's not in the same spot, I'm sure he's a smart guy. He can reason it out. There's a reason he's clan chief, you know?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I didn't really... Yeah.
But yeah, I love that the guy, Estian or whatever, is like, okay, 1,000 gold crowns. And Rand is like, I don't have that kind of money. And the spear maiden is like, yeah?
Dude, you're rich.
Dude, you're rich. I will take you up on that bet. And Rand's like, wait, what do you mean? She's like, 1/10 of the 5th is yours. And he's like, the fuck? Nobody told me I was rich.
Rand's got money.
Yeah.
Yeah. They took this route. There's only 1 or 2 patch over over the spint.
The spine.
Oh, the spine.
The
paths over the spine.
You're fine.
Well, because sometimes I can't tell if I'm being dyslexic or if chat mistyped something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I read patch over the spint, and I was like, no, that is... Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, there is Hocus Pocus 2. That is correct.
There's a trailer. We haven't watched it yet because we have never seen Hocus Pocus 1.
Neither of us have seen the first one.
Yeah.
So...
I don't know how we missed it.
Oopsie.
I watched so much Halloween Town as a kid, but I never saw Hocus Pocus.
Me too!
Right?
Halloween Town was where it was at.
Freaking loved Halloween Town. Guys, Disney Channel original movies.
Halloween Town.
Smart House?
I didn't know that one.
It's good. It's a good movie. So Rand is like, all right, we're gonna go save Kyrian.
Yeah, he's like, go let them know.
Let go.
Go let them know.
And I liked that they were like, take horses and like trade horses.
Yeah.
And so the guys were like, all right, everyone give me your horses. And then I was like, oh no, the rest of those guys, they have to run with the Aiel now.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
Yeah.
You can't keep up
with... They ain't gonna keep up.
I want this shot when they get to Kyrian of all the Aiel running into battle, and then there's like a long lens over the army, and you can see in the distance there's 6 white boys in the background like trying to...
It's like when Aragorn and Legolas are way far ahead of Gimli, and Gimli's just like hovering behind them.
We're natural sprinters. Very good over short distances.
Oh, God. I want
this
that
guy's
shot.
just running behind the Aiel like, God damn it.
I want that shot. Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple of Aiel who keep like slowing down and being like, and then running back ahead.
I could absolutely see that.
They can go in the wagons. I want an unimportant character to accidentally fall through that doorway. I want just some like random dude to just fall in the doorway terangrial on the thing. That would be fun. I think it'd be very funny if he comes out. He's like, "What the hell just happened,
guys? I fucked up." Oh man, chapter 31. Unless there's something else in chapter 30.
There kind of isn't. Estien's or Kyrian's in trouble. Estien reveals. It was interesting that like the Aiel are in a position of having to actually like siege this place. And what the difficulties of that would be for the kind of combat that the Aiel are good at. Yeah. Like, they don't have siege equipment. So I actually think that the only place where you could fight the Aiel without... Because you wouldn't want to fight them in open combat, right? Like, a field combat with the Aiel would be such a huge mistake to take.
Yeah, that would be suicide. But they were able to climb into the Stone of Tyr, so...
Sure, but they weren't at war, right? Mm-hmm. And like they were able to sneak into the city without being seen. Yeah. In this case, it is more of a siege battle with a wall that seems like it's holding out against them. Mm-hmm. And so it does feel like this is kind of the one place where it's almost equal footing. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Rob Parr says, "Yep, the Aiel are the Dothraki." Not really. Right? Because the Dothraki were all about being on horses. That was like their whole thing. Well, yes, that is true. They were the horse people, whereas the Aiel are the not horse people. Yeah, but the like fighting culture is similar. Yeah. That would actually be interesting. Like, who do you think wins in a fight? An army of Dothraki or an army of Aiel? Here's the thing: the Aiel don't even need to like get into Kyrian. Kyrian will starve. Methany, thank you so much for that super chat. Methany. No need to read this. Just take my money while I start from the beginning. Oh, well, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Is that your cat on your keyboard again? Yeah, probably. That darn feline. The Aiel are the Fremen from Dune, which are also the Dothraki from Game of Thrones. They're all based on the same kind of... It's a very generalized thing. I don't think that the Aiel even need to, like, break through the walls. The Kyrian will starve. They will all die. There's already no food left. Right, but Cúladin knows that Rand is on his heels, right? So
True.
So will Kyrian starve before Rand gets to him is the question.
Yeah.
So they do kind of have to get over that wall.
Also,
or else
Moghedien is so far ahead.
they're going to get pincered, right?
Yeah.
If an Aiel leaves the spine running and a Dothraki leaves the great grass sea riding, how many people in chat will tell Nerdy who will win the race? And chat really thinks the Aiel take out the Dothraki.
Aiel versus Dothraki?
I don't know.
I think so. Honestly, the Aiel are more disciplined. If it was the Aiel versus the Unsullied, I don't know.
What the heck? Deadsy! Thank you for gifting Nerdy Nightly memberships.
I got a membership.
Yo, what?
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That's so awesome.
That's never happened before. What is this?
That's a first, yeah. Yeah, so it's like gifting subs.
Master Jarl, Logain, Ite, Danielle, and Clarus. You say thanks to Deadsy for that. Deadsy, thank you so much.
Thank you. That's so awesome. You now have the Narg emote.
Yeah, y'all are nargs.
Y'all are nargs.
Welcome to the table, y'all. Thank you so much, Deadsy. That was very kind of you.
Let's freaking go. Chat is evolving.
The chat is evolving. Let's go.
That's really awesome. Yay for no ads. That's it. That's the big one. The no ads.
Wait, do you get no ads on the channel if you're a member?
Yeah.
On any video?
I think.
Oh, so you get like a
that's
short-term...
why you pay, right?
Well, no, YouTube Premium gives you no ads on YouTube.
On all YouTube.
Interesting.
I think.
Well, thank you. I'm sorry. That's totally derailed my brain. That was very kind of you.
Maybe.
And Deadsy, we really appreciate it.
Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, that's really awesome. Thank you.
I love seeing the nargs in the chat, y'all.
The
nargs are going to change, though. Because I want there to be, like... we need to talk to our artist. Because the narg needs to, like, evolve the longer you've been with the channel.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, like we'll have, like... more badges for the longer that you've been.
Sonic, gotcha. I don't think I can give out free subs.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I could, I would give them to all of our mods, but I don't know that I can.
Yeah, I don't actually know if we can just give out.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if that's possible.
I should look into that.
Anyways, thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Deadsy. All right. Chapter 30?
Yeah.
Is that where we were?
Yeah, we're on chapter 31. We're on the big one now.
Oh, chapter 31.
Everyone's favorite. It's the moment you've all been waiting for.
The Far Snows. That's what it's called. That's what the chapter is called, The Far Snows.
Sounds like The Farce Knows.
The Far Snows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Force Awakens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Rand, they've camped outside of a town called Ianrod, Ianrod. Ianrod.
That's it.
Yeah. Ianrod. And Rand is like, you know what? I really hope Aviendha's in my tent, because I ain't sleeping in no tent tonight, baby. I have a bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping with 4 walls and a roof, kids.
He's like,
let's go.
This is the house of the Winespring brothers.
It's so funny. I love you have to have drank from the wine spoon to come in. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and the spear maidens are like, sure, yeah, I see what you're
They know.
doing. Oh, they know. They know. 100%.
Which is why he walks in and the guy Shannon there and he's like, I do like that though. I like that Aiel culture is like, oh no, the guy, it's a little dark because it's like, oh, the guy Shan don't matter. Like they're not, it almost is like disparaging their existence in a way.
Yeah, they don't matter to the Aiel. That is correct.
That's not true though, right? Because like in battle, they don't fight. But I genuinely believe the Aiel would circle around their tent and keep them alive. Right? Like there's a weird honor system where like, it's not that they don't matter.
Well, because they can't defend themselves.
But the Aiel that they are Gaishan to would be responsible to them and would fight to keep them alive. Like, if someone were to come into town and be like, I'm going to kill that guy Shan, the Aiel would be like, no, we will fight you to the death over that guy Shan.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that, right?
Yeah.
Robert Power says killing a guy Shan is worse than killing a child.
Yeah. Well, and you know, obviously, if you're, like, an outsider, like, you wouldn't know that.
So it's not that they're nothing. It's just, it's a very interesting cultural, like, thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he passes the guy Shan and goes to his room, thinking, you know, it's the Winespring Brothers Inn. There's no other Winespring Brothers except Matt. So he can just walk into his room, right? Like, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, turns out a lot goes wrong because Aviendha is there fully naked and
just washing herself.
Yeah. And
I thought I would I can't steam, so I would wash like you.
Yeah, literally. She like Aviendha literally breaks, creates a portal that she doesn't even know how.
They both say they're like boobs.
Yeah. That is exactly.
Someone clip that, please.
Please no. Yeah. So Aviendha makes a portal that she doesn't even know how she makes, and runs into a literal blizzard, which I guess she wouldn't know what that is, so she wouldn't realize it was dangerous.
Yeah.
And then just keeps running. No matter what. Like, Rand is like, hey, I'm sorry. Can you please stop? And she just runs faster.
It just reminded me of Forrest Gump. I was like, run, Aviendha, run.
Oh my god.
She just kept going. Fully nude. Into blizzard. I'm amazed that she didn't open the portal, see snow, and just pass out.
It's like so much water. Yeah.
But yeah, she like fully runs into a blizzard on the other side of the world. And so Rand is like, oh no, that's snow. She doesn't know what that is. I have to save her. And so he runs out into the snow.
I mean, true. Like,
realizes that the thing's going to close behind him. So he like stops that.
Yeah.
Magic.
He's like, I need to keep that open. And he does
so they keep running. And he chases her down until he realizes she has slipped through ice into water, which is almost always a death sentence.
Yep.
If you don't have magic, like it is so hard to save someone if they fall into an ice lake, guys. Do not mess around with ice.
Yeah. But luckily they do have magic.
Yeah. They do have magic. He melts the sand to be glass so that it maintains its warmth, which I was like, that's crazy cool.
Yeah.
And he pulls her out, builds a little quincy for them to like get into, and then he does the thing that every Boy Scout jokes about never wanting to do. He gets fully nude and gets under the covers with her to warm her up.
Yep. Classic.
It's the thing that every Canadian is taught.
Yep.
To stave off frostbite.
Yep.
And then every teenage Canadian boy tried to use it as an excuse to lose his virginity.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you know, if we get naked under the covers together, it's hot, you know.
In Boy Scouts.
Yeah. It's like, that is a joke in Canada. That is a well-known joke in Canada.
I know.
Well, if we need to get naked together or else we're going to get frostbite. Like, that's like a thing.
No, you're not wrong.
Have you had igloo sex? Have you ever had, like we're Canadian, have you had sex outside in the snow?
In the snow? No.
It's fun.
No, I get cold way too easily.
That's why that's the point of the blankets and the nudity.
Well, no, there were no blankets, so.
Okay. Wait, what? There were no blankets when?
That doesn't matter. No, I have not had sex in the snow.
James Ross, because of the implication.
That's how I got my first boyfriend in Boy Scouts.
Igloo sex and canoe sex is peak Canadiana. Do not have canoe sex.
They do it in The Witcher, and it looks so uncomfortable. All I can think of is the splinters that would be going into Shawnee's ass.
No. No. If your canoe's built well, you're not going to get splinters. But you're going to tip over. You're either going to have boring sex in a canoe or you're going to end up in the water. There's no, like, in between.
Yeah.
You take the canoe to somewhere that is a good place to have sex on the beach.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
But the sand. And anyways. So, Rand and Aviendha do the dirty for about 3 hours.
That's called slipping into the void, y'all. Rand slips into the void. And then he does it again and again and again.
Oh my god. Well, because you know that first time did not last very long.
No, it does, right? He's got literal magic.
Oh, Rockmage is right. It was a rowboat, not a canoe, so...
Well, row your boat gently up this stream, Witcher boy.
All right. Okay. He tied off his flows.
How did we smut corner this week?
It's already there.
Rand and Aviendha have sex for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. Well, because here's the thing. Aviendha's like, we can never do this again, so you might as well, like, get the most out of that one time. Right? She's like, I can't, we can't anymore, so...
After the, like, 5th round, she's like, we're never doing this again. And he's like, after we leave the igloo.
Yeah. While we're here, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was probably good. I think that Rand has been practicing being in the void so much. And, you know, like, I practice being in the void when I'm having sex, too. You know what I mean? I'm, like, thinking about baseball statistics. I'm thinking about... There's different things that you think about during sex.
Rude. What the fuck?
I don't want to come early. You do not know what it is like to have sex as a man.
It's fine.
Sometimes you're in the moment and you're feeling good and it hasn't been long enough, and so you have to, like, come up with a thing to think about that, like, slows it all down.
I'm gonna try and clock when you're thinking about baseball statistics now.
I know nothing about baseball too, so think about England. Now would be a good time to insert ads. YouTube is like, you guys are talking about sex. Now would be a good time.
Yeah, YouTube, stop notifying us to run ads. Leave us alone.
Oh my god. I promise you I don't think about baseball. I've never once thought about baseball during sex. Their pants are too tight. It would get me going.
You know what? Fair. Baseball has the best uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
I will agree with that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Aviendha was a virgin as well?
Interesting question.
I was just, like, reading this and I was like, I actually don't know.
Yeah, y'all seem to have a more sexually liberated culture than the Wetlanders do.
Yeah. Like, I know she was a spear maiden, so she can't, like, she doesn't like any of the men. But, like, she would fuck them, you know?
I think she was personally, but I don't know that it would have mattered as much among the Aiel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she might have been. She's pretty young, but I don't know.
I don't know how her saying that men get tired after implies that she's a virgin.
Yeah.
But that was very funny. She's like, yeah, I heard men get lazy after sex.
That is funny.
That was very funny.
Interesting. That's an interesting question. I didn't even think about it.
Or, maybe if she's never slept with a man before, she might have slept with a woman. Right?
Well, I mean, that's just called middle school, right? Or high school. We should go with high school.
Yeah.
That was a weird joke.
Yeah. It's not everyone is from Calgary.
Don't girls just, like, kiss at slumber parties? That's what I learned from media.
Yeah, we also have naked pillow fights.
See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is how that works.
I've been in a couple of those. They're not as fun as you'd think.
A naked pillow fight?
Yeah, you just take a pillow to the dick in the wrong way. A lot of pillows have zippers on them, and you got to be careful.
I don't really know why that would be fun at all.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It sounds fun, and then you do it, and you're like, it's all right.
Lesbians until graduation. Oh, man.
That's Le Dollar Beans. This is a social media platform.
Sorry.
We only say Le Dollar Beans here.
Le Dollar Beans.
Yeah, they have sex. Good for them.
Good for them.
All of our boys. We have the Emmons Field 5. All the boys, canonically, no longer virgins.
True.
Yeah, they've all had less sex.
Yeah, true. I think so. I think Egwene hasn't. Do you think Nynaeve is a virgin?
Yes. I don't think Egwene. I don't think Nynaeve. Oh, actually, you know what? I take it back. I was about to say I don't think Nynaeve has seen a penis, but as a wisdom, she probably has.
Yes, as a wisdom, but I don't think her and Lan, because I don't think she has liked anybody near enough before Lan to even consider it. And then with Lan, I don't think that they had the time.
I think that I mean, obviously, show Nynaeve is not right, but
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Nynaeve. I don't think Nynaeve. Yeah, I think Nynaeve's a virgin for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all of our boys aren't. So, kudos.
Yeah.
So Aviendha is like, yo. Elaine.
Middle school is ages 8 to 12 in the UK?
Oh.
No.
Middle school in Canada is 12 to 15.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, depending on, so it's like grades, depending on where you are, grade 6 or grade 7, and then 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was in middle school from 12 to
Although
15.
in Ontario, it's different. Grade 9 is high school.
That's
but
same in the States.
Not in Calgary. Yeah, not in Alberta.
Yeah, where I was in middle school from 12 to 15.
Uh-huh.
Which is when I like had my first kisses and other things. Let's not talk about that.
Uh-huh. I think I had my first like kiss when I was 12. Yeah.
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 Did some drugs.
Not me.
Got into a gang war.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had a very different experience than I did.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. About parts of it.
Some of that. Mm-hmm.
God damn it. So Aviendha's like, yo, this is never happening again. And Rand is like, but can it?
Rand is like, wait, no, why?
Wait, no, I like you a lot now. That felt real good on my penis parts.
I hope he said exactly that. Exactly that to a T. Oh my god. Yeah, she's like, nope, can't happen again. That's it. Because
Elaine. This is what's weird to me. Why isn't Aviendha more like, I'll share him with Elaine?
Well, because she's like, I think she's like very confused about like what the customs are for him and for Elaine. Like, I don't think Aviendha would have any problem sharing, but I don't know, like, she probably has no idea what Elaine thinks of that, right? And she loves Elaine. Like, Elaine is a good friend of hers, and she feels like she's fucked up, because, I mean, kind of, it's weird, because they weren't, like, dating.
How do you think Elaine and Aviendha are gonna handle it when Rand tells them about Min? Because we haven't met any Aiel that have 3 wives. We've met 2 wives.
Well, we haven't met any. I don't know how. Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's the Dragon Reborn. He's the Karakan. So Karakarn.
Well, people are bringing up that Avi asked Egwene if a Wetlander would share, but Egwene said maybe. Like, Egwene, and that's my thing, is Egwene didn't say no.
Yeah, Egwene said maybe.
And so, like, the only person that Aviendha's asked about this has said, there's a chance.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Aviendha's so, like, there's not a chance, when there's a chance.
Well, I mean, I think she's just very guilty because she said she would, like, keep an eye on Rand for Elaine.
She kept more than an eye on him.
Yeah, she kind of maybe took that a little too far. I love that Rand's like, all right, so when we get back, we'll get married. And Aviendha's like, excuse me? You do not get to ask me that. That is not how this works.
Rand's trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
In like, oh, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, I've had sex, I have to marry you now. That's a thing now.
Well, in the Two Rivers, yeah. He's like, okay, this is how this works.
Yeah, which is funny because that's not how it works in the Two Rivers. Like, you have to wait a year.
Yeah. Well, he said, I think he talked about sometimes that the year would be rushed if they had already slept together.
Yeah.
Obviously, babies.
Oh, no, 100%.
So do you think that your prophecy is going to come true and that Aviendha gets pregnant from this and that Rand's child is the one who, like, we come full circle? Oh, does she get pregnant from this?
I feel like the dragon would have very fertile seed, right? Like, I think, like, he's got that high midichlorian count.
Yeah, of course. So, the midichlorians.
The midichlorians. Interesting is... I think one of them is going to be pregnant. I think either Melhindra, Fael, or... No. I thought
you were like Rand or Aviendha. One of them is pregnant.
I think that Melhindra, Fael, or Aviendha, one of them is going to be pregnant.
Why Melhindra?
Because Matt and her keep sleeping together.
Okay. I guess.
I think one of our boys is going to be a daddy.
She's a spear maiden. Like, I don't think she would allow that at all.
You think that she... Do you think being a spear maiden gives her control over her ovaries?
No, but, I'm sure they have methods of protection.
What are the Aiel's methods of protection?
Well, you can pull out, first of all.
Matt does not have a pull-out game. Well, he's very lucky. Actually, Matt might have great pull-out game.
Matt has the best pull-out game. Turmok, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, Turmok. See you next week.
See you next week. No, that's it. Matt has just mad pull-out game because he is the luckiest motherfucker. Yeah.
They have contraceptives. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. And there are literally like wise women's.
Heartleaf tea apparently is the thing that does it. All right.
There's always a tea or an herb in medieval worlds.
That's true, right?
There's always something.
It's true.
Yeah.
I do like that this episode is called A Short Spear. Which isn't this chapter 32, which isn't. I wish the chapter before this had been called A Short Spear.
Poor Rand.
But no, this is in reference to the fact that they're like, we got to get back.
Yeah, they're like, we got to go. So Rand pokes his head out, and he sees a dragon.
No, it's the giant eagle. It's the giant eagle from Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
But no, there's like literally a dragon with 2 riders. Which, how big is that thing?
Big.
Yeah, right?
It's big, yeah.
It is kind of like Game of Thrones in the sense that, like, the first world that we're in doesn't have that many fantastical things, but then they're like, across the ocean, there's just dragons and shit.
There's some crazy stuff over there, guys. Oh my god.
And so they... Oh, Turvok, thanks so much.
Turvok, thank you.
Gareth and Tom are the same age. Lol, just saying.
Well, makes sense, because they both slept with Morghese. Yeah. What?
It's true. What? And we know she likes daddies.
James
Smith, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate you.
Oh my god, thank you, James.
230 pages. Well, we better get on it.
So they see the dragon.
Of dragons.
And Rand's like, all right, we're not gonna run. We're gonna be sneaky.
Yeah.
And I feel like Aviendha's like, fine. I'm like, y'all are so good at being sneaky. Why is she suddenly all being a pain to Rand? Wait, it's because they had sex.
Yes. She's now going to. Yes.
I did love the line where Rand's like, I don't think anything got easier because of this. I feel like our relationship just did not.
Absolutely.
One step forward, 8 steps back.
Yeah, literally.
So they sneak, and then Aviendha's not moving fast enough. So Rand, because she's got her skirts on, so Rand like picks her up and starts like carrying her. And he's like, I wish she would just put her arm around my neck to make it easier. But she's just like being carried, looking at him with her arms folded under her breast, because it's a Robert Jordan novel.
Always under the breasts, just in case you didn't realize.
You motherfucker. You dicked me down good.
And now we're stuck in the
But you belong to Elaine.
So they get to the gate, and there's some company waiting.
Wait, MJ Bull, I love this comment so much. It is not a dragon. There are no dragons in this world. It is just a flying reptile.
First of all, there are dragons in this world because Rand is
the dragon.
And
also,
a flying reptile
is a dragon.
Is a dragon.
That's just what a dragon is.
Or a drake or a wyvern.
It's one of the 3.
Which, a lot of people will just all call
Are there any
dragons.
flying reptiles that aren't one of... Like, is there another kind of flying reptile?
A flying lizard.
I don't think so. I think that's just what we call dragons, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, technically dragons can't exist, but, like, wyverns can. No, there's ecological reasons why a dragon can't exist.
Yeah.
There's nothing over a certain size that has 6 limbs on Earth.
Yeah.
So dragons could never have existed, but...
Mm-hmm. A pterodactyl.
Pterodactyls...
All right, they have dinosaurs.
Maybe... Oh, wait. Maybe, in the Age of Legends, Jurassic Park is canon in Wheel of Time, and they brought pterodactyls back to life. And so pterodactyls survived the breaking because Gene Hammond brought dinosaurs back to life before the breaking. Ba-na-na-na-na. Wheel of Time.
Yeah, no.
And there are dinosaurs.
No, that's not the crossover
Chris
I want.
Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, no, I'm okay.
What?
I'm good. I don't need that crossover, actually.
I think that's it. I think that the Sanshin dragons are pterodactyls, and they were brought back to life by Gene Hammond in Jurassic Park. Luce, Theron, Telamon went to Jurassic Park at some point.
Okay.
That's the movie. That's the next Jurassic Park movie. Luce, Theron, Telamon, and the 100 Companions have to break into Jurassic Park to seal the Dark One away at Shai Al Ghul, because the island of Terra Nube was where the center of... That's why the dinosaurs kept getting out on Jurassic Park, was because the Dark One was influencing it, because that was the connection to his realm.
Absolutely. Wow, you really
Guys,
put all the pieces together.
I am the greatest theorizer. I figured it out.
This is the greatest show.
Yeah. This is the greatest. Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
God, I hated all of that.
Why? It's brilliant. It makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, there's not...
Because how else would the dragons come back to life?
No, of course. There's absolutely no other explanation for that at
anyway.
all.
Whitey!
Whitey, thank you.
Thank you for that super chat.
For that super chat.
Many more to come, my friend.
More. Oh,
my
God, we are just getting started. There are so many books.
We are gonna milk Wheel of Time for all it's worth.
Yeah, because
you
think
the books end and this show ends? No, the books end.
And we keep writing them.
And we are gonna do a tabletop roleplay show. Yeah. We're doing it.
Yeah.
I've already committed.
We've said it
as soon as we finish the books, it's gonna be we're gonna do Dungeons and Dragons in the Wheel of Time on this channel. We're gonna do it's gonna be very fun.
Oh man.
All right, so they get to the gate.
Thank you,
Whitey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Wow.
They get to the gate, and the Sanchin are like blocking it, and Rand's like, I've seen those helmets before.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's the Sanchin.
Yep. One sees the Adam.
Yeah.
As well.
And the collars.
Yeah.
And so they get to the gate and they're like, what do we do? And he's like, Aviendha, can you shield?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, duh. Which I was like, oh.
Cool. Well, that's useful.
She can shield 4 people at once. That's kind of crazy.
Aviendha's a badass.
I haven't done Gawain. I think it's Gawain's audition script, Lee Science, but that I will be doing a tape for the Gawain audition. Unfortunately, that is going to be patrons and members only because it can't be public for legal reasons.
Yeah.
But it will be private.
Yes.
Where it can be seen. I don't think I should say that on the show. I think that like me saying that kind of ruins it.
No one's going to comb through it. It'll be fine.
So they get there and Aviendha's like, I can tie them off. And then Rand's like, all right, you tie them off when I touch you. Which I was like, you spent a lot of time touching her last night. And then he's going to like use air to like tie them up. And I was like, kinky.
Oh my God.
Very, very, very kinky.
Robert Jordan. Very, very horny boy.
And so they do that and they run up to them. And Rand is like, I'm going to break that collar. And he touches it and he can't. It like hurts him. It hurts them.
Yeah.
So men, interesting about the Adams, men can't touch them. Or at least a man who channels can't. Yeah.
I wonder if it's different because Rand can channel. I kind of expected that because the Adam thing that can like be put on a man is like a very different thing. So I figured that like there was something bad, like that they wouldn't that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, Aviendha tries and he's like, "Can you break open this collar?" And she can't do it.
Yeah.
So which is interesting because Nynaeve saw it twice and is like, "Yeah, I can get that off."
Yeah, but Nynaeve wasn't under any pressure. Like Nynaeve like figured it out.
Oh yeah.
Aviendha's like literally watching the portal slowly close, and she's like, I need to get out of the snow. She's also like she almost froze to death.
No, I know.
She just like she's in post nut like clarity mode. You know what I mean? Like she just got railed for 3 hours. Her legs are a little jiggly.
Of course.
Like she's not at peak Aviendha at the moment,
yes,
right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't get the collars off. But we meet another seeker, and we literally watch the seeker tell the like army behind her that like, yeah, this person is we're not gonna question them, like fully just like the Sanchin political system is so weird.
Well, and I love that like this very bad thing is happening in front of them.
Yeah.
And the Sanchin are completely ignoring it and having their own private conversation in front of Rand.
Yeah, they do not care.
Just like, hey, yeah, so I'm gonna torture some of your friends. When Rand leaves, because he's not gonna kill us. He probably should have. He even is like, I should have just killed them. I don't know why I left them alive.
Yeah. I don't know if leaving them, like, I don't know if this is gonna come back for good or for bad later on, because it will definitely come back. Mm-hmm. They're like everything that Robert Jordan puts in is like part of a bigger picture, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's definitely going to be
6 books from now, those names are going to be really important to us.
Exactly. So we better write them down. Yeah. So they get back through the gate.
Well, no, because the gate, Rand is freaking out because the gate
it's like grayed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, wait, what is...
He's like, I have no idea what this is, so we're just going to jump through and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I'm like, that seems incredibly dangerous, but okay.
What other choice do you have?
I guess.
They don't have snow gear.
Yeah.
So they jump through, and nothing happens.
It's fine.
Asmodian's just sitting there, and he's like, hey.
He was hiding the thing.
What's up, bro?
So.
Yeah, so he can make things invisible. I love Rand being like, from now on, every time you teach me something, you will teach me 2 things I didn't ask.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, because it was a big deal that Rand could keep open someone else's portal.
Mm-hmm. Because only Semerhagi knows how to do it.
Yeah, like that was very cool.
Yeah.
Nice little tidbit of information. Thank you.
Yeah, I really I really enjoyed this conversation with Asmodian, where Asmodian's like, dude, like, I blocked it because the guy Shan were coming in here. What did you want me to do?
Yeah.
Like I thought that...
The Aiel would have literally marched through that portal right after him. If any Spear Maiden, learned... oh, yeah. And that would have been so bad. Could you imagine?
Because they never would have got them back in time, right?
No.
So the other interesting thing is that Asmodian's like, yeah, they were trying to get in here, so I told them that you two were having sex. And so all the Spear Maidens were outside for an hour screaming lewd things that you should do to one another.
Yeah. Yep. Because
I can't wait for that scene on the show.
Yeah. That's going to be my favorite scene for sure. And I love that Aviendha's like, oh, it's my stupid cousin who wants me to get married. I'm going to have to go beat her up. I was like, okay. Sure, Aviendha. I guess. Like, I was like, that makes sense. Like, because I guess everybody knows now.
Yeah.
Because Asmodian was like, yeah, no, they want some alone time.
Mm-hmm. Aviendha, it's not her actual sister, though, right? It's her, like, near sister.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Or does near sister mean her, like, blood sister? Have we not met Aviendha? Does Aviendha have a blood sibling that we haven't met?
I guess so.
Oh, it's her blood-related sister. That's cool.
Cool, all right.
Oh my god, I want to meet her.
I would like to meet her. Thank you. I'm sure that she's going to be there somewhere. But yeah, I love Asmodian is like, yeah, some of the things they were saying, there was like too dirty even for me. I was like,
And you're like, Asmodian, I'm like, he went to like a orgy in the future 80s. You know what I mean? Like
the future 80s.
Yeah, when they did some weird shit.
So, yeah, some real weird shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, so everybody knows that Rand and Aviendha had sex, even though they did it on the other side of the globe.
Literally.
So that's
because if it's like summer where they're at now, it must have been on the other hemisphere. So they must have been in like Australia or something.
I
For it to be like dead of winter, they would literally have to be on the like not only the other side of the globe like around ways, but also like up and down. The problem is we don't know the latitude of anything, so I don't actually know, but like
not necessarily. It could be directly opposite south of them.
No, because the Sanchin continent is east. It's west. If you leave Randland going west, you go around like Sanchin is essentially where like Japan and China are, and Falma is basically like Portland, right? In terms of like America. So they obviously not literally, but like they would have to leave traveling west and then either cross way up to the Arctic or way down to the southern hemisphere.
Right. Yeah, I guess Aviendha literally opened a portal that was as far away as possible to get away from Rand. I'm surprised she didn't go to
that
space.
would make sense. No, it would make sense because if they're like here, they would pop down to the southern hemisphere because she's trying to... Maybe it was literally the opposite side of the Earth.
Yeah.
Because it could literally be the exact opposite. That would be interesting.
I'm sad she didn't go to space.
You assume they have a magnetic north. I mean, they have to, Michael Baruda.
Isn't it the same planet that we are?
Maybe not. But in order for a planet to have any life on it, it has to have an atmosphere. In order for it to have an atmosphere, you need a magnetic... there has to be a magnetic field around the Earth that stops some of the radiation from getting in.
Yeah.
And so every planet that has life on it has a magnetic pole.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Science.
See, these are the things that I would not know.
Yeah, the pole can shift for sure, but there has to be a magnetic pole in order for a life to survive the radiation of space.
Good to know.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's it for that chapter, which means we get to 33, which is the circus.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Circus time.
Apparently, Nynaeve is in junior high again and just fighting everybody.
No, Nynaeve is blindfolded, holding pears while Tom throws knives at her.
Yeah, but it's Tom.
Yeah, I trust him. I'm just saying, like, Nynaeve doesn't.
I also love how hard Luca is, like, hitting on Nynaeve.
Which
like,
I don't get.
I don't get it either.
Why would you...
She's so mean. Some guys are into that.
She's cold, though.
Actually, some guys are into that.
No, but she's not mean. It's different. She's, like, cold and, like...
Some guys like a challenge.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's why, like, you have to reinforce that no means no, because some people out there are like, but does it, though? And it's like, yes, you motherfucker. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't find Nynaeve very attractive, but...
She's just pissing me off, that's all.
Luca has a degradation kink. I don't know. I see guys do this, and I find it very confusing, where they just keep hitting on the same woman forever. Uh-huh.
You're like, buddy, it's not happening.
Yeah. And I just, like, I'm just not that guy. I'm like, if you're not interested, I'm not interested.
Luca's like the CEO who, like, is in charge in his daily life and doesn't like to be in charge in the bedroom.
God damn it.
What?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just very funny.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's hitting on Nynaeve, and Nynaeve is like, I'm not wearing that dress. Mm-hmm. Far too much bosom in that dress that's showing. Like, okay.
But I'd wear it for Lan.
Yeah, I'm like, great, okay, cool.
And so she's like, so she gets talked into doing the bit, and then she realizes, she's like, oh no, I just agreed to do the bit. Mm-hmm. Damn it. How did I fall for that?
Because Nynaeve, you're not as smart as you think you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, she literally got into a fight with the Sanchin girl.
Yeah, because she shook her.
Yeah.
If you shake a grown woman and they punch you in the face, it's your fault.
And I love that Nynaeve is like, yeah, I was literally like a ragdoll. Like, I'm not a fighter. There was nothing I could do about it. I was getting my ass handed to me.
Yeah, and so she goes back to her room, and Elaine is lying in bed and, like, hides something really quick, and Nynaeve's like, what's that? It's the Adam.
Yeah.
And Elaine, the guys... Elaine is like, I think I can make one.
Yeah.
I think I figured out how to make terangrials. No one's known how to do it for 1,000 years.
Yeah. How?
I cracked the code.
No idea. I don't know how much time she spent with that thing that she thinks she can recreate it, but sure.
Okay, prediction time. What's the first terangrial that she makes?
Probably an Adam, because it's easier for her to replicate something that she can see and have and study. I don't know why she would want one, but like for practice, it makes sense that would be the first thing that she makes.
I was gonna say an oath rod, but one that has like extra functions.
Yeah.
Mostly vibrating.
Jesus Christ. Well, I'm gonna put my money on the Adam. You can.
No, my actual guess is that she's gonna make another ring to go to Tel'aran'rhiod.
Really? I feel like that.
So they can go together.
Oh, I mean, I guess she has been able to
one.
study it as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not only recreate it, but better without the leash. That's true. Elaine is like, the leash is unimportant in this.
Yeah, you don't actually need it. It's unnecessary. Which is I kind of like wasn't surprised at that. Mm-hmm. I feel like it is more symbolic.
Well, and the one for isn't the one for the man, doesn't that one not need everything to be physically connected?
I don't remember. I'm so sorry.
What this oath rod really needs is a bell end.
We're back on to the strap-on grial.
We now have our artificer.
Artificer. Yeah.
That's how that word is said. I don't know what I said.
That's okay. We got there eventually. Elaine is the artificer class in D&D.
That's fun.
Correct.
But she's what is the term for it? Mm-hmm. Multi-classing into it.
Apparently, Lesign says we said in book 2, Elaine should have been the one to undo the Adam and not Nynaeve.
I did say that. I was adamant about it, actually. I was like, give her a reason to be there.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
That is super interesting.
Artificer. So we have our artificer. We have our healer. We need our tank. I guess Perrin's kind of the tank.
Yeah.
Rand is DPS.
DPS. Matt is the rogue.
Who are we missing?
Well, there's a bunch
kind of have a full party.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a paladin.
We can just leave Egwene behind.
Wow.
Gareth Bryne's the paladin. Without a doubt, right?
Oh, he is, for sure.
Yeah.
But also, Galad is, like, the definition of a paladin.
Galad is gonna swim with the fishies. With them concrete shoes.
Yeah, so Elaine can just, I guess, potentially maybe make terangrials. Sorry. I was reading Galad, and then I messed up, and we got there.
Yeah, and that's kind of it. That's kind of what we get to.
And Galad is nearby.
No, he's across the river.
Yeah.
And Elaine's like, he would never go to the circus. He likes killing animals, but he hates seeing them in cages.
Which is like an interesting moral thing. Like,
there are people who won't go to the zoo who will hunt. So like,
yeah, or who will eat meat. And I'm honestly
Gallatin.
I kind of get it. He's a Gallatin. Wow.
Perrin the Barbarian.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Who's not in this book. Wait, chapter 34. Let's take a look. Nope, not about Perrin.
Darn it. Well, get rid of it. Burn it to the ground. Yeah, I miss Perrin for sure. I wish we were getting some of him in this book. I don't think he's going to be in it at all, unfortunately. Or maybe right at the very end, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all, this is a good book. I like this week a lot. It was fun.
Yeah, this week definitely better, I think, than last week.
But before we move on, Nynaeve almost lies to Elaine, but doesn't.
Yes.
So I guess Egwene's, I don't know.
I guess, Nynaeve.
Yeah, Nynaeve tries to lie to Elaine and then doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Perrin who, exactly, Trevor, thank you for that super chat.
That hurts.
Let's do some high lows. What's your high? While she thinks about it, the high, we do high-low here, which is where we do our highs and our lows to celebrate our highs. Consider over lows. It's something me and my family did at the kitchen table when I was a child, and it's a good practice to keep the family unit together. So, high.
This is gonna be kind of a weird high, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's how I feel about cocaine. It's a weird high.
But when I was reading the book, and Rand looked out of the igloo and saw a dragon, I got very excited.
You're such...
What?
You're so easy. You see any dragon and you're like...
Yes? So? Fucking sue me. Yes.
I have to divorce you first. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true. No, I like dragons. Smash that like button. Thank you, Wheel of Time fan edit. Let's go. Smash that like button.
Okay. My low, because we go high, low, low, high. Yes. So we compliment sandwich this bitch. My low... It's actually kind of tough this week. My low is fucking Swan ruining Min's life. Min deserves better.
Fair.
And also, I just want Min... I want Min away from this storyline, because I like the Swan, Gareth Bryne, Aes Sedai part of it. Min doesn't contribute a lot to that storyline for me right now.
No, she deserves better.
So she just kind of... as a character, Min feels stuck in that storyline. And so I want her to get away from it so that she can have more agency and do more for my tastes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good low, I think, for the section. I don't have, like...
It's hard, right? This was mostly pretty good.
Yeah, there was nothing in here. I think my low, I guess, is that Egwene is like, yes, I fucked up Nynaeve for good. And I would do it again, and I would do it worse. Like, I'm like, I don't like any of that. So that is my low.
Nixium says their family started doing high-low. That's so cool.
That's so awesome. I love that.
It really is. It's one of those things for my family that, like, there was definitely a time when we were teenagers where we would grumble about it, but now that we're all adults, like, when we all get together for dinner, it's still something that we get excited about doing. Like, we don't leave the table without doing high-low, even to this day. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I love that. Yeah. I love, we've gotten to meet some people at cons who have come up to us and been like, Nerdy, Clarus, like, they've known us from this. And seen families and, like, seen people with kids, and, like, it's been really cool. Mm-hmm. So thank you for that, Nick.
I'm also curious if anyone, if you're in the chat and you're going to Wheel of Time Con, I'm curious like how big this con is. You should type something.
Yeah, is anyone going to Wheel of Time Con? Because it's in like 2 weeks.
No, it's like next weekend.
I thought it was the 9th.
Isn't it like the 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think?
We could go.
Just drive down to Ohio?
It's not that far. It would be like a 10-hour drive.
I have no idea where Dublin, Ohio is, but should we just go and set up a booth and start doing live rankings? Oh my god.
Wheel of Time Con is July 8th to 10th.
8th to 10th. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Next
Daniel
weekend.
Green's going to be there. And Kate Reading and Michael Kramer are going to be there.
Well, dang. I grew up in Ohio. I will never go back. Wow, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was just curious if anyone is going to Wheel of Time Con in Ohio. Like, if this is, like, a big con that's, like, Tower spoilers. I know, but, like, it would be fun.
Wheel of Time Con equals Tower spoilers. It doesn't seem... I don't know. I don't know what's, like, going on at it.
Yeah.
It's in like 2 weeks, and they don't have a lot of information up about like what is happening.
I looked
no,
at the website as well, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
And it doesn't seem like anyone in our chat is going.
Is this their first year?
Oh, Angela's going to be there. Oh, no, Angela would love to see us live from there.
It's their first one.
Oh, interesting.
People are saying. So it's like the first... Oh. That is... interesting. That would be...
Next year. I don't want to get spoiled. I'm enjoying how little I've been spoiled so far.
No, I know.
The only spoiler we've really interacted with is you finding out that Galad was going to be a White Cloak early.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we've been doing a show on the internet for 7 months about Wheel of Time, and neither of us have any clue what happens in it.
Yeah.
Is kind of amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
And it's a huge shout out to our gosh dang mods.
The mods!
Yes, our mods are the best.
We appreciate the heck out of you guys, seriously.
My high of the week.
Yes.
Gareth Bryne's chapter, man. 28.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. Well, and the Aes Sedai, like, humbling themselves a little bit for him. And them learning and realizing their mistakes and kind of accepting that they can't have 100% power in this situation and they need to work with people outside of the tower.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really smart, and it shows the Tower in Exile has potential to come back and save the day, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. Wheel of Time, my prediction for the final scene and chapter of the book is actually...
What?
My prediction for it is, when they say the first line of every book where it's like, the
wheel wolves and the
wheel,
wheel,
yes. The wheel of time turns and ages come to pass, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the age that gave birth to it comes again. This is going to be the final section of the book.
Of the Memory of Light?
Yes, the end of the series is going to be that again. That is my prediction.
I don't think it will be. I think it will be, and Bilbo sat down and wrote in the book, there and back again, a Hobbit story.
Tale.
And then that'll be the end of the... No, because if he writes tale, then that's like copyright, right?
Oh,
so
copyright.
So he's changing some of the
yeah.
words.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Yes.
All right, y'all. My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
You can follow us on the internet at Nerdy Nightly and at Clarus Polaris. You can like this video. Please like this video before you leave. You can hit the dislike button if you want to. The algorithm god is hungry, and we must feed her. As always, you can follow us everywhere. You can go over to audibletrial.com/nerdynightly. Get yourself a free audiobook. I recommend... what's a book I could recommend? I recommend the novel Feast of Crows. Don't read any of the other Game of Thrones. Start with that one.
No. Don't do that.
Go listen to the last audiobook in the Discworld franchise first.
Great.
And then send me a video of you theorizing how they got there.
Oh my gosh. And if you're sticking around, guys, we do have one more little segment that we like to do at the end so that the people who don't want to be here for it don't have to be.
Smut Corner.
So I actually think that my Smut Corner is, I think that Aviendha and Rand, I think that they, it's time for them to have sex.
I don't know. I think it's early in their relationship.
Yeah, a little bit weird, right?
Yeah, it comes off a little strange.
Too soon.
Honestly, I think Rand and Moiraine makes more sense.
No!
Well, she has to do everything he says now, so...
Wow. Yeah,
she signed up for it.
I don't like that at all.
No, like, actual Smut Corner, though, I think Asmodian should be like, there's some things I can only teach you through carnal acts. And so Asmodian is teaching Rand to channel from behind, if you know what I mean.
Wow. Who's the top, Rand or Asmodian?
Oh, they're both switches.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, they verse.
I can
verse
see that.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. Oh my god, if I could have the... Never mind, I'm not going to say that. That's too far.
Smut Corner is that... Elaine makes herself strap-on Grial.
The strap-on Grial lives!
Yeah,
Oh my god, as Cinder and Asmodian plug fest.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. There wasn't a lot of different like characters in this section.
Yeah, and there's the hard thing about Smut Corner is as we're getting to know the characters more, there's fewer people I want them to have sex with.
Honestly, I feel like Gareth Bryne is like, wait, you're Swan. How you doing?
Those blue eyes.
Well, because he's like Leanne, less weird now.
Leanne has to get some life back into Logain somehow.
Oh my god.
She's got to bring him back to life somehow.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Do you think do you think a strap-on-grail is one of the 107 kisses? Logain needs to kiss the strap-on-grail?
No, it's one of the 93 face touches.
You know, if you're not finished by the 93rd one, I don't know.
It takes 93 and 93 exactly. Oh my god.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Yeah, that's, you know what? That's it.
Oh my god. I love that our show is so wholesome and like all ages.
So wholesome and just PG, G-rated. Honestly, Disney should pick us up. Disney should sponsor us.
This should be on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Our show should definitely be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, promoting an Amazon Prime show on Disney Plus with our podcast about a book series. That makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. All only wholesome vibes over here.
Y'all, what's the chapter for next week? Do you know?
Oh, I can look it up.
We should throw that in the show. The chapters for next week. Who's gonna get there faster?
Y'all, make sure you join the Discord if you want more Wheel of Time stuff.
46. Y'all, read through chapter 46. I beat you.
You did. You got me.
Read through chapter 46. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, mods. Thank you guys. Do something nerdy tonight.
You guys are the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.